transition. Okay. Hello, everybody. We are live. We are going to be playing some Cypher System. It's a little bit of a later start than we wanted because my internet was being wonky. So hopefully it continues to stay stable and we will stream this for you guys. I am going to be the GM. I'm Rachel. Hello, Jade Vala. And with me tonight, I have some awesome players who are going to be joining in. So, Luna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Luna, Miss Gloom. I stream over on my Twitch channel. You can find me at Miss Gloom. And let's see, I've played D&D less than 10 times before in my life, and I've played Cypher System. This might be my third time, maybe.
That sounds
But
about right.
I'm here to have fun, so.
Awesome.
I'm here for a fun time, not a good time.
And what character are you playing tonight?
Oh, I'm playing Danielle the nurse. Danielle the nurse.
Danielle the nurse. All right. Nick.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Nick. I've been playing tabletop games for probably about 6 or 7 years now. Rachel and I are both players on the same podcast, D&D Raw. Let's see. This is my second time playing Cypher System, and I am playing Alex Freeman,
Yep.
the warrior, apparently.
The warrior. Yep. And Carl.
Hey, my name is Carl. I've been playing D&D for about 10 years now. My first time playing Cypher System is this game exactly. Mostly proficient in about 5e and a little bit of Pathfinder. And my character I'm playing is Riker Fitzgerald, the technician.
Sweet. All right. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to give you all a little bit of a warning up front. This is a little bit of a horror-themed Cypher System game. So if you're squeamish, you have been warned. There will be blood and guts. And yeah, let's jump on in. So, you guys are all at the hospital. This is the Valiant County Hospital, and it's in a pretty small city. It's around 8 p.m., just approaching, 8 p.m. in the evening, and it is dark outside. It's a Tuesday afternoon. In just a little bit, the visiting hours will be wrapping up, so people are kind of trickling out, leaving the hospital. You guys, I'm on the wrong screen. Trying to change the map on a wrong one. You guys are on floor 3. And is it not showing where you're at? It should show where you're at.
Intensive care unit.
Hey, what?
It says intensive care unit.
Yep, you guys are you're not in the intensive care unit, but there is, to the west of the intensive care unit, those are a couple of patient rooms. So you guys are possibly in one of those, either visiting a patient or you're, the nurse might be tending to a patient in there. Riker, I believe, is it Riker that's doing? No, it's Julian. So Riker, you are. I gotta find my notes again. Sorry, my screens are all weirded out. So I have there. You all find yourselves near the surgery waiting area, which is, I think it's actually, just a little south of where it's on the map, the green circle. You guys are a little bit north of that. So Jack, nobody's playing Jack or Leo, right? No. Danielle. Sorry, it's Danielle. You're a nurse on staff, and you are actually you're working for the evening, so you kind of just came on shift not too long ago. And you are actually meeting up with Riker currently near the nurse's station to exchange some books with each other. So what kind of books would you guys be exchanging?
I think some books that I'd have in my general field would mostly be around like engineering or perhaps like a mathematics book, maybe a little bit of science. like some sort of like definitely like an engineering science book.
Yeah, I could go engineering for sure.
Okay. So you guys got a couple engineering books you guys are swapping out with each other. Currently, Alex, you are actually just near the nurses' station. There's a couple of conference rooms on this floor north of where you guys are. And you actually have a meeting in about a half an hour to an hour. It's a late night meeting with some committee members to go over potential donations for building like a new wing on the hospital. You're kind of a big benefactor, or you have been in the past, so you're looking to maybe have a children's wing possibly added. So you arrived early. You're just kind of hanging out. Around the floor, as I said, it's the end of visiting hours. So you do see people kind of wrapping up and leaving. It's pretty quiet on this floor. This is just mostly patient rooms. There is some surgery areas and such like that. And you guys, it's quiet. So what kind of things would you be doing while you wait, Alex? Nick?
So, are there other people around? Is it a private waiting room? Like,
It's small. I wouldn't necessarily say it's private, but it's like it's a very small room. There's maybe 5 to 10 little chairs, like, like a little couch. There are some like vending machines. There's, a coffee machine. It's, you've been asked to just wait here while the committee is either arriving or finishing some other business. So you haven't been called to the conference room yet.
okay. Besides the whole philanthropy thing, I know that another big aspect of my backstory is military service, hence the warrior background. So probably I'm going to go with I'm just so used to scanning a room that I'm unfamiliar with or that I haven't seen in a while. Just trying to get a sense of the ingress and egress points. Just a little bit of trauma from my past probably seeping in, and nervousness also about the upcoming meeting. Trying to make a whole new wing is a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm. As you guys are working, or as you're kind of resting, and Riker and Danielle, I keep wanting to say Danielle.
Can't make it easy on you.
I know. I tried to go with names that were easily...
You can say Daniel. I don't mind.
Danny.
Dan.
I'll do it Danny. There we go.
Okay.
Daenerys Targaryen? I don't know.
Exactly. Danny. Exactly. She's just going to burn the place down. It's fine.
Don't tempt me. I'll do it.
I know. So you guys are, like I said, you're exchanging your books. What kind of conversation are you guys having while you're swapping out these books?
I'll ask her about her assignments for the night, like not generally into like the whole HIPAA violations and all that, but definitely like how her assignments are going.
Yeah, according to my backstory, Riker and I know each other because he's called in frequently. So, we were work associates, right? So we know each other. We're probably talking about how work's been going, any technological things that are going on, like, hey, this system's been down. Could you take a look at it? Mm-hmm. Here's this book that I wanted to lend you.
Okay.
Just normal stuff.
Just your normal everyday chit chat. It's a few minutes later, and the floor has mostly cleared out. They basically made the announcement a little bit ago. Hey, visiting hours are ending. There weren't many people to begin with on the floor, but the few that have been kind of milling around have mostly left. So now that all that's left on the floor, looking up and down the halls, you have your 1 or 2 nurses and doctors kind of going in and out of rooms, checking on patients. It's about 8:30, approaching 8:30, and Alex, you're expecting to be called back. The lights are actually going to flicker in the building. Just briefly, 1 or 2 little flutters, and then the fire alarm starts sounding. Shortly, just a few seconds after this, you see the doctors. They all have like radios and such. They're getting called down. Danielle, your radio, I believe you have a radio on you.
I have a personal smartphone.
Okay, so you don't have the like a walkie-talkie.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then yours would not be going off. I think it's Jack that has it, because Jack's one of the doctors. But you do see there's the nurse at the nurse's station is like picking up the phone. And she's like, okay, I'll tell everybody and send them down or start, yes, Roger, got it. And she like hangs up quickly, and she's gonna kind of flag you over.
Okay. Yep. I'm already on my feet. I go over.
Okay. So you three are all kind of near the nurse's station, and she's going to look over to Danny, and she's going to be, hey, you need to start locking down the rooms on this floor. There's some kind of emergency going on, and I'm not really sure what is happening, but as soon as you're done with that, you're probably going to get sent down to floor 1. I'm actually about to go down there as well. We're locking the floor. Alex, I'm sorry. I think the committee is going to be on hold, and they're being told to stay in the conference room. I don't know if you want to join them. I don't really know what's happening, other than, and she's going to like motion for you three, because Riker's also familiar with like the systems and stuff, and she's going to show that the monitor that's showing like a live feed of like the front of the hospital, like you just see a bunch of like cop cars pulling up and like fire trucks and all sorts of emergency vehicles are starting to like pour in, and there's just like people being carried in. And she's like, there's something major going on, some sort of catastrophe or something. I don't understand what's really happening, but it's all hands on deck.
Okay, I'll start locking down the rooms on this floor then. About how many are there? I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the picture, at least.
Yeah, I'd say there's only maybe about 10 total patients on the floor. And then there's like a couple conference rooms. But she basically is like, the conference room has been dealt with, the patient's rooms, and she's going to motion kind of south, like that string of rooms is what needs to be focused on. So there's just a couple more rooms. You can pull up like a roster real quick and see. It's maybe like 4 or 5 rooms that need to be locked.
Okay. I'm going to go around and do that quickly then.
Okay.
I would ask, do you know what triggered the fire alarm?
No, that's part of the thing. When they all started coming in, somebody apparently pulled the fire alarm, so we've got that to deal with. Riker, is there any chance you can get at least the alarms to stop or quiet down or something? I don't know if that's in your abilities.
I mean, yeah, there's a master control panel maybe down a couple floors. I can check it out and turn it off. If it's someone actually pulled the alarm, then yeah, I can turn it off with the master control panel. Not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, somebody said that it was triggered by someone in the hospital, not that there was like a fire that triggered it. So, where I think that was just kind of all at the same time. Maybe in the chaos somebody bumped it. I don't know.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. The master control panel will let me know where the alarm was triggered. If then I could just call down. They could just release the alarm.
Okay. Yeah, that would be, you would know, since you're familiar with the hospital, that's probably going to be on the 2nd floor. In one of there's like a couple different, where there's
utility
conference rooms. Yeah. Like the 3rd floor has conference rooms, the 2nd floor has utility rooms in kind of the same space. So you'll know it's like the north side of the building, 2nd floor. So Alex, you're doing what are you up to at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, if it was suggested that I go to the conference room where the board is waiting, then I would do that.
It was basically said you can go there or you can leave. It's basically the committee is going to be on hold for now while they figure out what's going on. So. But you have overheard all of this. There's like chaos. There's, the fire alarm's been triggered. There, you basically saw on the monitor that there's like what's going on sort of downstairs.
Actually, yeah, if no one's prohibiting me, I would kind of just go along and try and get a sense of what the situation is on the first floor.
Okay. Nurse Danny, as you're scuttling up and down, you've locked up the floors and you're kind of getting back around to where the nurse's station is. The other nurse has, she's kind of ducked off. She went ahead and showed you guys, and she's like, all right, all hands on deck. She's going downstairs. Just about the time you reach back around, and you guys are maybe thinking about like heading down either the second floor or first floor, the lights in the hospital are going to fully shut off, and just the like emergency floodlights kind of dimly flicker on. The fire alarm is still with like its little flashing lights going on. So currently though, the floor is otherwise very quiet, besides really loud alarm.
Is there anything in the nurse's station that I can use, a flashlight or something that would give us extra illumination? Or
Sure. So you would be able to find on the nurse's station probably just one or two, like those little pin lights. It's not going to give you much, but if you need to like look in a drawer or something, it'll help with that. It's not going to light your way, but it will provide a little bit of light in a pinch. So you can find like two of those in a drawer. It's not necessarily dark, it's just very low lighting at the moment.
all right. Is the phone working?
I'm guessing you're picking it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up and call down to the first floor and see what's going on. See if they have power down there.
Let me double check if that is one of the things that is working.
I'm gonna pocket both the pin lights.
Okay. It is not working. When you pick up the phone, you're gonna hear just like a static, like it's dead. Nope, not even that. It's just like,
Oh, wow.
it's dead. Everything's
Wow.
dead, Jim.
There must have been an accident on the highway or something. Somebody ran into a phone pole or something. I don't know what's going on. I suppose we should start making our way down to the first floor. They said everybody should go down there, but I don't feel right leaving the patients here with the power flickering the way that it is.
So you would know that the emergency generators are on. So anybody who's like hooked up to a system, they'll be on like a special power line. So they'll have, like their ventilators or their monitors, like those will all still work. It's just the lighting seems to be low.
And the phone lines are down.
Yeah, and the phone lines are down. So, oh man, they can't watch their Jeopardy, and they can't call their grandma, and
That stuff's important.
Oh, I know. But right now, it's not. So you guys are gonna start heading down to floor 2 or 1.
Riker's gonna head
Alex
to
and Riker
floor
nearby?
2.
What was that, Luna?
I was just asking if Alex and Riker were nearby.
Yeah, you guys are all
So-
right by the nurse station still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have helped search the desk area as well. I do have a full flashlight, so I have that out and using it as needed.
I have 2 full flashlights, so I can let anyone borrow one if
Because
they
he's a
need
tech.
to.
Everyone's
Yeah.
got a flashlight except for me. Dang it.
You're just a nurse. No.
I'll give my spare flashlight to Danielle,
Thank
and
you.
so she can actually see what's going on, what's in front of her.
All right, so you guys are gonna start making your way. All right, so I'll go ahead and reveal the floor, or not, because it's not gonna let me. There we go. Nope. Why are you? There we go. It's like, I'm gonna let you cover the floor. No. All right, so that's the whole map. You guys know that the whole the hospital is a total of 6 stories, and it's generally all about the same footprint. So you have like mostly the same floor layout, floor plan. There are several staircases to choose from, as well as 2 sets of elevators. There's the north and the south elevators. Riker would know this because Riker is a technician, and his fellow technician person, Julian, was actually called in earlier today to work on the north elevators that have been on the fritz. You guys don't see Julian, so you're assuming that he left already. He finished his work and probably left, so the elevators may be working again, or maybe he needs a part. You wouldn't know, immediately, but you know that they were being worked on.
Well, considering it's an emergency that has to do with the power, I would say let's not use the elevators at all. I would say the stairs. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
And if we're by the nurse's station, we're probably using staircase F, right? What do you guys think? By the public elevators.
Yeah, that seems the closest.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I will say, if you guys take a quick second and look at the various sets of stairs, you'll see that D, C, and B only go, and A, right? Yeah. Which I didn't reveal, only go down. Those ones don't continue up because the next couple of floors are actually mostly like the front half of the building. And you do know that they are mostly patient rooms. There's not much else on those floors.
On the 3rd, 4th, and we're on the 3rd floor,
You're
right?
on the 3rd. Mm-hmm. It's 4th, 5th, and 6th.
4th, 5th, and 6th are mostly patient rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That have their own nurses' stations and presumably have been locked down already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you guys can assume based on how this floor has been treated.
All right.
All right, so you guys are heading down. You said F?
What is the water symbol? Is that a drinking fountain?
Yeah, it's just a water fountain.
Nice.
This is an actual hospital. I don't remember which one. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's a real hospital from somewhere. Okay, so that's the little man and female is the bathrooms, and then water fountains, and then stairs, and All right, so you guys are gonna head down to, you said 2nd floor.
Yeah, Riker's gonna head to the 2nd floor to see if he can do anything with the alarm going off, which will most likely like cancel the mass panic going on within the hospital before people are coming in.
Okay. As you guys get down to the door going into the 2nd floor from the stairwell, you start to try to push on it, and it appears to be blockaded with some furniture of some sorts. It looks like it's been pushed up against it. When there's no window, it's just more like that you push it open, and as it hits the thing on the other side, you can see like a chair leg sticking out and maybe like a table leg, like somebody's like put a bunch of furniture up against it.
It's a fire hazard.
The hell?
Fire hazard.
Those doors are meant to remain clear at all times. This is my place of work. I would know.
I know. Now,
This was my clock in.
Yeah, this happened quickly.
Well, we can assume that somebody's on that floor if they've barricaded themselves in. I'm going to shout through the door and see if anybody can hear me.
What are you shouting?
Hey, is anybody in there? Why have you barricaded the door?
You hear a little bit of furniture screeching across like the floor, like it's being pushed. And you're gonna hear a couple voices. Quick, people are coming. They're trying to get in.
Hello, can you hear me?
We work here.
A younger guy is, he's gonna kind of peek through the crack in the door, because it's not like, you guys can push it open maybe 2 inches. And he kind of peeks through, and he's like, you guys work here? Are you doctors? And he's gonna hold up his hand, and he has like a bite mark, and it's bleeding profusely.
Holy hell, what happened?
Oh,
I'm a nurse. I work here.
And he's gonna just
Flash my badge.
clap a hand over. He's like, "They're downstairs. There's people downstairs. They're rabid, or I don't know. How do we know you're not bit?
Clearly, you need first aid. Let me in. I have a first aid kit. I can help.
But how do we know that you're safe?
We just came from the 3rd floor.
We haven't been onto the 1st floor yet.
You guys
look at my arms.
Look at
I'm fine.
My arms are good.
I'm good.
I'm good. He's gonna. You see him kind of look over the side, and there's like some whispers back and forth. And then there's like a quick screech as they push some of the furniture out of the way, and you guys can just barely open the door. And they'll be like, "Quick, come in, quick!" And basically, they're gonna reach out and almost like drag you 3 in, and then slam the door and push the furniture back up against it. So you're now sitting in like kind of in that surgery waiting area. Most of those chairs and things have been like pushed up against the wall, or against the door rather. And there's a young girl and a young guy. And the guy has, like I said, a big bite mark on his arm, and he's going to hold it out to you. He's, "Can you fix it? Can you help?" And give me a perception check. It's a difficulty 3, intellect. And any of you can do this as he's holding this out to you guys.
Okay.
I was just on the phone.
If you're not trained in perception, it's just intellect, and it'll ask for a difficulty.
I'm clicking. It's not doing anything.
Check behind your sheet. It might have opened a window.
Oh, dang it. Always doing this.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay. Difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, Carl, are you doing it as well?
Yeah, so let's see here. Find it now.
If you don't have it listed, which I don't remember if you have perception or not.
I don't have perception. I have initiative.
Okay, then it would just be your intellect.
All right.
And it's just difficulty 3.
Difficulty.
No assets.
No effort roll.
You can do effort. I didn't explain effort. So effort is if you want to try a little harder, you can basically spend points from that pool to make it one step easier. So if you decide you want to... What are you laughing about?
You try really hard and believe in yourself.
Yes, if you believe in the power of friendship. Quiet you.
Maximum effort.
So you can only do 1 level of effort because you're only level 1. All right, so you failed. But but basically it would make it a little bit easier, and it would cost points from that pool. Okay, so we have Alex and Riker. You're kind of looking at the wound, and you're like, "Yep, looks like a bite mark." And then you're kind of glancing around. The lady doesn't appear to have... She does have blood on her, but she doesn't appear to have any wounds that you guys can see immediately. Danielle, as you look at this guy, as you kind of wipe away a little bit of the blood, because it is like on the forearm, you do notice that the bite marks seem to be glowing faintly. In like this kind of orangish, like pulsing glow. I don't know how better to describe it, but it's glowing.
Well, that ain't right.
Golden hue.
Yeah. He's got the golden bite mark.
Got the golden ticket.
You try hard enough and believe in yourself.
Friendship.
I'm gonna heal this with the power of friendship.
Exactly. So you're looking at it. If you would like to go ahead and do a medical check, it's a difficulty 3, but you do have a med kit, so that's 1 asset. And I think you have some healing stuff, you said.
I have got healing touch.
Okay. Let's see.
As a skill?
What's that do? It does.
With a touch, you restore 1d6 points to one stat pool of any creature. This ability is a difficulty 2 intellect task. Each time you attempt to heal the same creature, the task difficulty increases by 1 step. The difficulty returns to 2 after that creature rests for 10 hours. Action required to use.
This would be something that's used for PCs. This is just an NPC, so it's just a difficulty 3 medicine check.
An NPC. How do I do a medicine check?
So you can do, it's going to be an intellect check, and you do have 1 asset because you have the medical kit.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to say you have 2 because you're also a nurse.
I am.
So I'll give you 2 assets.
Okay.
Someone asks how many, you get 2.
What's the difficulty again?
3.
3.
Which means you need a 9 or higher, but because you have 2 assets, it's going to be a difficulty 1 is what it comes down to.
Yes.
There you go. You only had to get a 3, so good job. You did it.
Hey, don't challenge me because I will roll a 1. I will do it.
I know. I've seen it.
While looking at the wound, you trip and fall with your mouth directly on the wound. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're able to wipe it up real quick. You can see that it is very clearly a bite mark from a human, but it is not deep enough, or there's not like a chunk taken out that you need to like stitch anything up. So you're able to get away with just doing those little like the little butterfly band-aids or whatever. Yeah, the like tape ones. So you put a couple of those on, and then you wrap it for him really quick. While she's doing this, what are Alex and Riker doing?
Riker, I would ask you if there's a security booth on this floor, or security guards that would be roaming around potentially.
Potentially, I would know that there's definitely going to be one on the main lobby, at like the reception desk. There may be 1 or 2 roaming around, but not like not on the same floor.
Okay.
They try to make floors more than likely.
If there's an attack, it wouldn't hurt if there were some way we could arm ourselves with something. But I'll just keep an eye out.
What floor is this that we're on? Is there a surgery center or? No, I know it's floor 2, but like
It's
I
2.
work here.
Floor 2.
Floor number 2.
There is surgery. So I will reveal. Well, I'm not going to reveal because apparently that's not the reveal. There we are. Nope. It does not want to let me reveal stuff. Why do you keep there? All right. So
if there's a surgery center, potentially there's weapons, tools in the surgery room.
So you'll know it doesn't. There's surgery waiting, and then kind of this big area here that's not labeled is actually the surgery. It's got those kind of surgery areas.
It's called the theater.
The theater. Exactly. But it's divided inside. Once you go in, there's actual divisions. So you would know that is where you would be able to find surgery things if that's what you wish to locate.
Yes, that is absolutely what is on my mind right now.
So what are you specifically looking for, though?
Ideally something with a little bit of reach if people are getting bit.
Okay.
IV poles work well.
Yeah. Those would not be necessarily just in surgery. You could probably find those in like intensive care, in a patient, in some of the patient rooms, in storage, like those are going to be a little easier to come by. Yeah, like literally wherever. Because they keep a couple stationed around for quick access if they need them. So, I'll say you don't even have to do a check for that. You're able to do a quick, cursory glance, and you can see, maybe, so you guys are kind of like here. Actually, here, I have a token. I can put token, like a you are here token. I can't put you are here token. I don't have one. I lie.
Alex is ex-military. He doesn't even have a gun on him?
You're in a hospital.
Yeah, no, I'm here for non-military reasons.
What are the conceal and carry laws in this state?
What state are you in? Because if you're in Florida, well.
I'm asking you. What state are we in?
He does not have a concealed carry.
Okay. All right.
At least
Just
not on
checking.
him. He may have his license, though, but he doesn't have his weapon on him.
Okay.
It wouldn't look good if he was walking into a meeting to set up a children's wing of the hospital, like, packing his weapons.
Yeah,
hospital.
Go to the hospital.
As part of the tour, I might have been visiting some patients, so I just, yeah.
Better to be safe
Fair.
than sorry.
Fair. I just thought I'd ask. I didn't want to go the whole game without
Bringing it up.
asking. Yeah.
I do have a in a pinch I have a bag full of heavy tools with me, so like, okay, sure, could I use a heavy wrench as a weapon? Yes, but it would be a little closer range. So
Yeah. So you guys are at the purple square, is kind of whereabouts you are. You came in and you moved into the surgery waiting area to kind of bandage him up. Just past you guys, you can see kind of up that way. There's a couple of those IV poles just hanging out, there's like, like, what you call it, like a wheelchair and then a couple of those and maybe like a gurney. So you'll be able to find that if you so choose. Carl, can you give me a perception check real quick?
Yes, one moment.
It's a difficulty 2.
That is not what I wanted. All right, let's reload the character sheet. And that'll be my intellect.
Mhm.
Difficulty 2.
2. Yep.
0 effort.
Ooh.
Aw.
Would you like the GM intrusion?
What did I get?
You got a 1.
No.
Good
Oh
sir.
no.
It's not good.
Oh no, bro.
So, would you
know
like
what?
to keep it?
Yeah, let's keep the GM intrusion. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Are you going to re-roll? Are you going to pay 1 to re-roll? Or are you
I'll
just
re-roll.
taking it all?
I'll re-roll.
Okay. So you'll still get the negative thing, but then go ahead and spend 1 experience and you can re-roll.
Experience, and I have 3. Intellect 2. Still the 2 difficulty.
Yep. Still 2 difficulty.
I'll put in some effort this time.
You only need a 6 on the dice, my man. It's a D20.
I don't know.
I was about to make a joke that this would happen, but I didn't actually think.
Well,
No.
well,
No.
okay. So, I'm just going to pocket 1 of those for the moment. Okay? I'm just going to pocket 1 of those GM intrusions for the moment because I have a thing that we're going to be doing. And yeah, I'm just going to make a note.
Yeah.
All right. So, you are looking around and you're shining your light around. You guys would have the assumption that if the second floor was treated much like the first or the third, most of the rooms with patients will be locked. So readily looking around, you don't see anybody out moving around. You're just kind of looking around and it's dark, but it's not pitch black. Like you can see shapes and stuff. You will see up just past where the north elevators are, you will see a figure kind of move around the corner. But you don't see enough of it to see like male, female, injured, safe, wielding a gun, nothing like that. You literally just see like their back as they turn the corner.
Suspicious.
Much suspicious. While you guys are doing that, the woman is watching Danielle patch up her male companion, which You don't know if they're sister, brother, wife, whatever.
I have a question. Do they work here?
They do not work here.
Okay.
They're wearing just your everyday, like t-shirt and jeans, like they just came in off the street for whatever. And is he going to be okay? Why is it glowing? Why did that man bite him? What is happening? And she's like breathing down your neck.
I'm going to look her straight in the eye and say, "Are you hurt?"
And she blinks at you for a few seconds, and she looks down because she
Are
does
you
have
bitten anywhere?
blood all over her.
Yeah.
No, but I did get scratched, and she's gonna turn, and you can see like up under her arm, there is like almost like claw marks down her side where it looks like somebody like grabbed her and like raked their hand down. So she's got a couple. They're not super deep. It's not bleeding that much, but they're definitely something scratched her.
Okay, I'm going to treat the wound with an alcohol pad. I'll definitely have that in my first aid kit.
She bites her. Like she's like, that's unpleasant.
This is going to prevent infection. Is there anyone else on this floor? Do you know if anyone else is injured?
No. I mean, I don't know. We came in. Okay, so we came in through the garage, and there was those people things. I don't know. They look like people, but they're not people anymore. Their eyes are glowing. It's weird. Things are weird. And there was some of them in the garage. So we came up the stairs, but the first floor, we couldn't get on the first floor. So we went back down to cut through the garage, and that's when we got attacked. So we came back up, and then we came on the second floor, and we blocked the door.
Is Riker nearby?
Yeah. I mean, unless Riker walked off to like try to chase down that person, or if
I didn't really get to see much of it. It could probably be just a delirious patient that escaped their room somehow. For all I know.
Riker and Alex are still with us, basically.
Yeah, you guys are all kind of right there. Alex, were you going to try to grab one of those poles real quick?
Yeah. So during this time, I probably would have, I imagine, just been returning with an IV pole.
Okay. Yeah, you would have been able to get over and grab one real quick and kind of scuttle back with it.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess I get back in here in time to hear glowing eyes, and I kind of raise up an eyebrow.
This woman is clearly delirious. I'm going to go check the nurse's station and see if the pill med cabinet is open.
All right. So are you guys going with her, or are you guys staying with the delirious lady and her person? And are you going to the nurse, because there's two nurses stationed. There's the one just to the west of you, and there's also the one to the north.
I'm going to say you guys stay here with them and make sure they don't get hurt or hurt themselves. I'm going to go to this nurse's station since it's the closest and see if there's any sedatives available.
Okay. You would know that actually there's 2 rooms on each floor that are the, for lack of a better term, the pharmacies. And those require like a special key. But you can look at the nurse station to see if like the key's there or whatever.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll go to the nurse's station and see if the pharmacy key is there still.
Roll me a flat D20. All right. So you're rummaging through and you do not find the key. So it's probably on the nurse that had been working at the station.
Who's long gone, right?
Yeah, you can assume she probably went downstairs when they, everything started happening, or she locked up and then went downstairs to assist with the chaos. Where you're at, though, you can see this room here, the room kind of like directly east, west. I know my directions.
West.
West. The west room is open. There's no patient in it. The door's open, and you can see out the windows, like the curtains are open and everything. And you're going to see these like almost like meteors, like every so often streak across the sky.
Holy hell. That can't be good. I'm going to walk into the room and look out the window. Is there anything else I can see out the window?
Since you're on the second floor and you guys are right above, almost not right above, but the lobby would be just north of where you are, you're going to see that most of the city, the lights are in like patches of them are out. So there's like whole blocks are out. You'll see that down in the parking lot area and, you know, what would be like the emergency pull through area is like chaos. Like there's a backup of people like carrying in people. There's some of these weird people that she has explained, you know, with their eyes glowing. You can see a couple of them shuffling around, like going after other people. It looks pretty terrifying.
Does the nurse's station have a coffee machine?
No, but the waiting room does.
Or is the waiting room, the surgery waiting?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to head on back and I'm going to make our delirious woman a cup of tea. And I'm
Okay.
going to like call Alex and Riker over away from them.
Okay. She's gonna sit down and she's gonna take, thank you. I'll just sit here. And she's gonna, they've moved most of that furniture that was in there to sit on, like up against that door, but there's still like a couple little side tables. So she's just gonna sit on like a side table, like the farthest one still available, and like sip the tea. So Riker and Alex, you're being called over, I'm guessing like maybe back towards the nurse's station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, something really, really bad is happening. I mean, look out this window. You can see that I don't know what happened, but there's some sort of large-scale emergency or terrorist attack or something happening out there. I know for a fact that there is at least one more set of stairs on this floor, and we either need to barricade ourselves in here or get out of the building.
Looks like we wouldn't fare very well out there, would we?
Like, we don't know what's out there. Like we know what they're kinda. We don't know what they are. Like I can't even fathom what's going on right now.
And besides just the people, are those meteors falling from the sky?
What it looks like.
Really quick, I would like to remind you that the fire alarm is still going off obnoxiously. Wow, wow. Or however
So
you
we're all
want to make
basically having to yell to hear each other.
for the most part. Luna, would you like a GM intrusion?
I would.
All right. So you get one experience, and who would you like to give the other one to?
I would like to give the other one to Alex.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
I'm going to buff our muscle.
I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, so weird.
So weird. So as you guys are sitting there talking, out of the corner of your eye, you are going to see movement, kind of off towards the north, sort of around this, sorry, wrong tool, this corner here, between the intensive care unit and the nurse's station. And you are going to hear this metallic sort of scraping sound, like something's being dragged.
I have an assessing danger skill.
Yeah.
How is that best used? Can I use that now?
Yeah, you can totally use that now. So you're going to look in that direction and see what you see and assess the danger. It would be a difficulty 3. Go ahead and use your assessing danger. It will basically give you like an asset towards that to make it a little bit easier.
Great. Oh, crap. Sorry, I forgot it opens in the other window. I've opened a bunch now. Sorry, difficulty what now?
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
And do I have an asset?
No, this would already give it to you, the assessing danger. So, success. So you immediately look to your left, and you see kind of coming down the hall, there is one of these people with the glowing eyes, and it's moving pretty quick, this person. It looks to be maybe a male. And one arm is down behind it, and it's dragging an axe as it kind of walks not quite speed walks, but it's walking pretty quickly down the hall. You have only a matter of seconds before it reaches where you guys are currently standing.
What size is the axe? Is it like a hatchet?
It's like
Is
a
it like
fire axe that you would pull off
like
the wall.
a wood chop, like a huge axe with like a pick on the other side.
No, not with a pick. What kind is the axe you find in a hospital, like break in case of emergency axe?
It's like a medium-sized axe.
Medium size.
So a medium-sized axe.
It would just be a regular axe head, not.
But he's dragging it.
Fireman's axe, those things are like, they're huge.
It's not a fireman's
They're
axe.
for breaking down doors. Okay.
No. It's like maybe it was that GM intrusion that got failed earlier. That now the zombie has the axe that would have been in the break in case of fire.
Great.
And the zombie clearly, the mysterious.
We're not saying the Z word.
No Z word.
This mysterious entity with the glowing eyes seems to be focused on us.
It would seem to be. It at least knows of your existence and is heading to check out your location.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to bash it. I'm gonna use bash.
You're gonna bash it? Okay. So you're just gonna rush up to it and bash at it.
Yeah, go wham with the IV pole.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go once, and then we'll roll up initiative. What's up?
Okay.
What's up, Luna?
Let's see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just remembered I have lockpicking as a skill I could have broken into the pharmacy.
Oh, there you go.
It's not helpful now, but sorry.
I had all the keys to the hospital.
Dang it.
Don't question it. Yeah, but you're a tech, so you might not have the keys to the pharmacy.
I don't know. There's
refrigerators and stuff in there that need to be serviced.
I'm about to have an axe. I can break down doors. It's fine.
It's not a fireman's axe, though.
But he's made for bashing.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So it is a difficulty 3 to bash this creature.
Okay, so bash. My attack will inflict 1 less point of damage, but I guess if I succeed, I'll daze the target for 1 round.
You will. Let me just double check. So it is that. So you're using that pole. I'm gonna say the pole is a medium weapon. So it does not like ease the attack. But if it does hit, it would normally do 4 points of damage. So it would only do 3 in this case. So difficulty 3.
Okay. So I'm using might, and that is edge 2. So that means it's a difficulty 1.
Hang on. No, it means you can put. Are you putting effort towards it? Because that's what edge is used for, or if you're casting a spell or something. And bash does not require, I don't think, the use of. Let me double check. Where'd it go? Strong bash.
Bash would have Alex's skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny skill.
Bash. Well, it's a special ability.
Oh. Like my erratic behavior.
No, what effort, if you wanted to put a level of effort towards it to make it 1 step easier, it would normally cost 3 points from your might pool. But you have two edge in your might pool, so it actually would only cost you 1 point.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, do it.
Do it.
Okay. So I click the little word bubble next to bash. How do I activate bash?
Sorry. Since you don't have an attack with it already like programmed, up where it says might, you'll click on the word might.
Cool.
And then it should prompt you for like difficulty and assets and all that stuff.
So I'll put 3.
Difficulty 3, no assets, and then you can put 1 level of might.
One level of effort.
1 level effort, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Nice.
All right.
All right,
Yes.
so let me read what Bash does again. You said it does 1 less point of damage, but dazes for 1 round. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and really quick add in for you IV pull might damage 4. All right. IV pull. I'm adding it in for you with Bash. Damage 3. Cost 0. All right. Okay. So I added them under your attacks. So now you should just be able to click on it and it will say what you're doing.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Okay. No problem. So you are going to run up. Are you... I'm guessing because it's Bash, you're either like trying to whack it over the head or like across the face, or are you using like, I know they have like the 4, sometimes they have like the 4 wheels. Are you trying to like get its neck in like a hold against the wall? Like how are you approaching this? I want to see this.
Oh, I'm going for the direct headshot here. I'm just whacking across the side of the head.
All right. So you run at this zombie creature, and you crack your IV pole against the side of its face, and you do 3 points of damage. It kind of stumbles to the side, and it looks like it is dazed. Go ahead and everybody roll initiative. The difficulty is 3. Once everybody has, I need a scratch paper. Don't worry about failing initiative. Like, you can't fail initiative. It just means you go after the bad guys. All right. So we have Alex, creature that will not be named zombie. And then Daniel and Riker. Now, or Danielle, sorry. Danielle. So the way initiative works is anybody who rolls before or after the creature. So like since 2 of you rolled after the creature will go, and then you guys can go in whichever order you choose. Between the 2 of you. So if one of you wants to kind of set something up for the other person, you're able to do that. Or if you want, you know exactly what you want to do, you can just kind of jump in and say, hey, I'm going to do this. Like, Alex is pretty straightforward. I'm going to bash him. Or, you have something specifically. I'm going to take this moment to remind you, you guys have ciphers. Don't forget to use your ciphers. And with that, Alex, you go first.
Okay. So now that I have the Zamboni dazed, what would I need to do to disarm it of that axe it's carrying?
Chop the arms off. No, I'm just kidding. You
Right before the horse there.
Disarm it, literally. So you can try to almost like grapple it away. Or you can, that's probably your best bet, is just, since it's not like you have a chainsaw, you can just hack off the arm that's holding the axe, but, Luna's like, yes. Luna, you're muted, by the way, if you're talking. Your catchphrase has been muted. Sorry, I'm doing some math really quick. I gotta remember how many hit points this thing has.
What are the chances there's a chainsaw in the surgery theater?
There's the buzzsaws are a thing to crack sternums.
Circular ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Those don't have a lot of distance, but they're pretty effective.
They are made to cut through bone.
I would carry one of those. Also great if we're dealing with a Sharknado, so.
So you said you're going to go ahead and try to just, like, grab it away.
Yes.
I'm going to say this first round, it will be, basically it's going to be like you can't get it this round, but you can like grab it this round and then pull it away next round. Or try to, pull it away next round because you have to get your hands on it first.
Okay.
So it's going to be a speed check. It would normally be a difficulty 3, but because it is dazed, it will be more difficult for the Zamboni to
Zebra?
the what?
Zebra.
Yeah, for the zebra to hold on to his axe. So it will be a difficulty of 2 to try to just reach over and grab it. It is a speed check to your advantage.
Okay. So I will roll a speed check, difficulty 2.
To basically just like try to reach around behind him and grab it, because it's still, his arm is still down, so it's like the head is towards the ground at the moment.
Oh,
Nice. With that, I'm gonna say you can go ahead this round and roll me your might check to yank it away.
okay.
One right after the other, since you're not doing any damage.
By the way, my strong ability is an enabler, so I assume this is always active, and it says when I roll a 20, I also send the creature flying through the air so that it lands on the ground in a heap 1d20 feet away from me. I don't know if that would be an advantage to me right now, but...
But that's on a might check, right? Wait. Wait. Yeah, that's on if you did a might check. You just did a speed check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say
yeah.
if you rolled a nat 20 on this might check to yank the axe away, you're basically going to kick it backwards as you like rip it out of its hand. Maybe even removing the arm. You might get the whole kit and caboodle.
Do a backflip in the process.
Yeah.
Okay, well, gonna try.
It's a difficulty 2 again.
Okay. Might.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yank its arm off. Nice. You don't yank its arm off, but you do get the axe. Because it's dazed and you whipped in there real quick and just grabbed it. So you're able to just yank it from its hand. You now have an IV pole in one hand and an axe in the other hand. But you cannot dual wield. You are not a dual wielding character, so you will have to drop one to go either way.
Yeah, I'll just set the IV pole on its wheels.
Send it on its way.
Well, I'll keep it nearby just in case, but
just in case.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your turn. It is now the creature's turn that is mildly dazed. I would say it's very dazed because you whacked it upside its head. You basically just snatched the axe from its hand, and it's now like, what is happening? It is going to try to take a bite, like grab you and like gnaw at you. But that's going to be super hard for it because it's dazed and confused. So it would be... So it's normally a speed defense level 2, or difficulty 2, but it is increased to a level 3 because it's dazed, and increased to a level 4 because it's also confused from your nat 20 speed. Whatcha! So difficulty 4, it goes the other way because you're defending. It's actually a 0, so you don't even have to roll. You basically, it goes to bite you, because it would be a 2 and it drops 2 levels. It goes to bite you and you're like, nah. Matrix style, just like, no. We're not doing this today. And you kind of sidestep and it kind of shambles past you a couple of steps. So it's now sort of between you and Riker and Danielle. So you guys can do with that information what you will. Danielle and Riker, it is your turn. Do either of you know what you would like to do?
Holy hell.
Pooping your pants is a free action.
Oh, good. Oh, good. What about crying?
Crying is also a free action, but it would give you a penalty towards attacking because it'd be hard to see.
Let's see. I would reach into my heavy toolkit and
Okay.
break out a crowbar.
Nice. Solid. Okay. So I'm going to say a crowbar is actually a light weapon because it's not super... You don't have to use two hands to, like, wield it. You can do it with one hand. So I'm going to say it's a light weapon. So it will only do 2 points of damage, but it does make it one step easier to attack.
And I also have proficiency in light weapons.
Even better. That just means you can use it without any difficulty. So you are... Let's see. I gotta pull up my notes again. So it would be a level 2, basically, as you're going to swing it difficulty. And if you want to just do a might check against it.
All right, might at 2 difficulty.
I lie. Hold on. I have to do math because it's also days. So it's difficulty 1.
Okay, this should be easy this time.
Famous last words.
Oh god.
Nat 1. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh lord, this
Hit
is
it,
the nice
hit
guys have
Oh,
taken
Lord.
me.
Nice.
Success.
Hey,
Success.
there you go.
So you club it over the head with your crowbar, and you do 2 points of damage to it. As it thunk hits it upside the head. And that brings us to Danielle.
Well, I have no weapons.
You can always just punch things.
Oh, that's true. I do have a bag of light tools, too.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a chair.
You gonna share?
Give him the chair.
You could step around and grab the pole, the IV pole.
Is that a medium or a heavy weapon?
It's a medium.
Okay. I think I am gonna do that then.
Okay.
I'm pretty familiar with these IV poles. I'm gonna pick it up and swing it at the Zamboni.
Zebra.
I've got to look up some more Z words.
Right?
The Zumba Foo.
Yeah.
The zoologist, yeah.
Exactly. Hey, he could have been a zoologist in life.
You don't know.
You don't know. Not a botanist.
Has like the Steve Irwin jacket, yeah.
Exactly. So it is going to be for you a difficulty 2 because that is not a light weapon. So
I have a thing.
you have a thing. Oh, things
Practice
are good.
with light and medium weapons. I'm practiced.
Yeah, that's fine. It just means that you can wield them.
Okay, cool. So what should I do now?
Might check difficulty 2.
And it's opening up in the other window, so I'm not going to click it a bunch of times.
Click it 40 times. Attack.
Before I attack, can I do something before I attack?
Sure.
Ask a question. Is there any way that I would know what these things are, or where they come from, or any special knowledge about them? Because my backstory says some people consider me a divine representative, and I have delved too deeply into subjects that people were not meant to know, and I have knowledge cults, which I assume is knowledge about cults.
I would say you could, instead of attacking, you could do a check to kind of assess it and do, like, basically you're doing like a knowledge check instead of attacking. You're basically spending the round like observing it and thinking about it instead, or you could do it after it's no longer moving. You can do it before or after.
I'm going to do it after. I'm going to attack first and assess later.
Okay. Attack first, assess later. So you're going to swing your IV pole at it. It is a difficulty 2.
Okay, back to things. All right.
Back to things.
Things. No assets, right?
No assets. Nope. I've already basically calculated that in. Whoop, whoop. So you run up, grab the IV pole and whack it across its head as well. And that does 4 points of damage.
Woohoo!
All right. It's definitely slowing down. I would say it's bleeding, except it's like really like pale skin, kind of like dark around the eyes. Wait a second. Nick, are you okay?
Sorry, headphones were about to die. I plugged them in.
Got it. I saw you like flipping your headphones in and out. I'm like, uh-oh, is his headphones dying? So as I was saying, she whacked it across the head with her IV pole, and it's still up. It looks like you've gashed parts of its face and skin off. It doesn't seem to have registered that it's being injured. Like it's still just focused on going after you guys. But it has sort of slowed down a little.
Who's got duct tape?
What was that?
I said, who's got duct tape?
I got duct tape.
I was gonna say Riker does.
I got duct tape.
He's a technician. How else are the elevators fixed, guys?
I do also, for very different reasons, supposedly.
Who's got WD-40? Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
It is back to Alex, though. What you doing, Alex? Nick. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Alex. Sorry.
Nick, Alex.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. I mean, this thing just tried to bite me. I'm probably just gonna try and axe it, honestly.
Okay. So axe I put on your sheet. Are you with or without bash?
No, I'm going without this time.
Okay. So you're just gonna bash it upside the face with an axe.
Yes.
Bash it without bashing.
Just going for a grand slam.
Grand slam.
Yeah.
It is going to be a difficulty. I'm double checking. It would be difficulty 3.
Okay, I will use 1 point from my might pool to knock that down to a 1.
No, it knocks it down to a 2. It only takes it down 1 level.
Oh, right, the edge is about...
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
Got it.
So you're doing 1 level of effort.
Okay. Oops.
Did it open up in a different window? That's what happens to me.
At first, I already put it to 2, but I should have left it at 3 because I'm applying the level of effort after the fact. So I'm just restarting it.
Yeah, it happens. I do the same thing all the time, so no worries.
I looked up some Z words.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, very nice. So you bring this axe down and like sink it into its chest. You rolled a 17. Okay. And it drops to the ground. So it would have been 4 points of damage. Why is it not showing your damage? Am I reading that?
Oh, I used might instead of the axe.
Oh, got it. That's fine. I was like, I know I put that in. I thought I put that in. All right, it's fine.
Although, actually, I don't see the axe. I see the IV pole.
Oh, I didn't put the axe in. Sorry. You're right. But the axe is a medium weapon as well. It's
Okay.
heavier. So you go ahead and chop it down. It does seem to drop down to the ground, kind of let out like a little bit of a gasp, and it falls to the ground and twitches, but doesn't seem to be dead yet. Dead again.
So we're...
I don't know.
It is currently undead.
It is currently dead undead, yes. It is on the ground. It is twitching. It is very... It looks like it should have died. Let's put it that way. But it's not. And then it kind of is its turn. And it's going to go after your boots, your feet, as it reaches out and tries to grasp your ankle and chomp it So I need a speed defense level 2 from you, Alex/Nick.
Okay.
And double check that you're not trained in that, because if you are, it'll be under your skills, and that would make it easier.
'Cause
I don't remember.
No, just athlete, which is just for carrying, climbing, jumping, and smashing.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead, and it will just be a speed difficulty 2,
Okay.
as it tries to chomp your ankles.
I succeed.
You succeed. So you basically like kick it off, and you're like, no, as it's on the ground going. All right, so Danielle and Riker, we're back around to you guys. It's on the ground. It does look like it can get back up. It looks like just his initial chop kind of like dropped it to the ground temporarily.
Riker goes first, right?
It
It's
doesn't
either of
matter.
us.
It's either. You can go in either order.
You have anything you wanted to do?
I'm just gonna assess. Assess.
All right, you can assess while it's being pummeled to death with a crowbar. That's fine.
That's
All
what I'm
right. Yep. I'm a smite him with the
You're gonna
crowbar.
smite him with a crowbar.
Smite him with the crowbar.
So your attack will be a difficulty of 3 to attack it. Sorry, it's a difficulty 2 because you're using a light weapon. And then your assessing will be a difficulty 3.
And that's intellect, right?
Correct. And it's the attack is a might. Yep. Nice.
Oh, give me anxiety. I've never rolled this poorly ever.
Except this time.
Nice gods have forsaken me.
Perfect.
During
You
a
said,
horror game. Ouch.
Nonetheless.
Right? Just raising the stakes.
You said difficulty 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna expend a point of effort on this one. Seems pretty important.
Okay, so that will cost 3 minus your how many edge you have from that pool. So if it's intellect, it would cost 3 points of your intellect minus how many edge you have. Okay, so it's only 2 points from your intellect.
Okay. 115.
115? That doesn't sound right.
Normal, right?
That's
Yeah.
totally normal. Okay. So real quick, you're assessing this as he brings his crowbar down. It makes this sick thud sound as it sinks, like he had it point, that like hook of it, like the hook face.
The bevel of it, yeah.
Yeah. So that sinks in, and the head kind of drops to the ground, and then slowly lifts back up, as it's not dead yet.
Why won't you die?
Wait till you find out. No. Your intellect. You're looking at this thing as they're wailing on it. It's definitely should be dead. The glowing eyes are the same color as those meteors that you saw outside.
There's green or gold?
It's like the goldish orangish, which is also the same color of the bite that was glowing on the other dude. So like you're putting all these pieces together that they're somehow connected. Maybe not the guy, but at least the bite, this thing and everything going on. And it is definitely not normal. It's not something in any of your biology or anatomy and physiology courses that you've learned about. So yeah, you're convinced that this is definitely otherworldly, potentially related to the meteors. You okay, Nick? Oh, you're lowering your computer. I see it going. Sitting down. Yeah, so that brings us back around to Alex. Or Nick. What you doing?
So it's wow.
It's not dead yet. Well, it's not re-dead yet.
Kill it! Kill it!
I'm gonna kill it.
All right, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna hack it with the axe. Do it, axe it, axe it.
Okay. Where's the axe on my sheet again?
Oh, I didn't add it. Hold on, I can add it real
Okay.
quick. You are Alex. I was gonna add it. I got distracted. Axe.
Nice song. I approve.
Thank you. I'm so good at songs, guys.
You could do like a karaoke stream next.
I'd do that.
Ask
I
me
will
a
be
question.
I did. I did it.
Psychosocial.
I would not be playing that sober. That's all I can say.
You can't do karaoke sober. That's against the rules.
That is against the rules.
Okay, so
There you go.
rolling.
It's a difficulty 2. Sorry, difficulty 3. I lie. Difficulty 3.
I am applying another point of effort.
Okay. You're gonna smash, chop, 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 chop.
Effort to damage.
Yeah. So you can apply it to either one of them, to the damage or the attack. If you apply it to the attack, it makes it easier. If you apply it to the damage, it does 2 points of damage, I believe.
I'll apply it to the chance to hit.
Okay.
What?
Oh, wow.
What? Okay. So first thing that happens, you get that point back to your might.
Oh, cool.
Because
I hadn't
you rolled a
removed it
nat
yet.
20. So that point goes back. You get your nat 20. So you do all this damage as you bring the axe out, and you actually manage to sever its head from its body. And just it's dead. It's dead.
Since it was a nat 20, and I used might for this, I think my strong activates, and we have fallout physics now.
Yep. Starts
Where,
bouncing around, and yeah.
yeah.
Ragdoll.
Yep, you get some ragdoll physics going on with this corpse. It is now definitely a corpse. As the eyes stop glowing, and it stops trying to attack you all, as it is dead on the ground. Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
Howdy.
Yeah. So what you guys doing?
Riker's just going to take a step back and then turn around to go check on the 2 civilians that are hunkered down in the back. Still with my crowbar in hand, with the blood just dripping off
Yeah.
of the crowbar.
So they're gone. When you guys started fighting, they're like, yeah, we're not. They've appeared to have fled the area. So they may have holed up in a room. You look back to where they had been sitting, and they're not there. She did take her tea with her.
Oh.
Priorities.
I know it's important.
Hey, at least she's got, she's still there. She's still got her wits
tea.
about her.
All right. So, yeah. What's going on now? Because the alarms are still going. You now have a corpse with a head that's 20 feet away. Or sorry, 1d20. Go ahead and roll me a flat d20.
Me? Or...
Yeah, you.
Okay.
We gotta see how many
Or
feet
the brain.
that head.
Or remove the head. Yeah.
Yeah. How far?
14 feet.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Just yeeted the thing.
It bounced off of like the 2 walls and the ceiling.
Yep. Hit the wall, made a little splat mark, It's lovely. You guys have totally made a mess in this hallway area. So
Blood everywhere.
just blood everywhere.
Does it look like normal, red blood?
I I would say in this light, it's a little bit hard to see. It looks, if you guys are shining your flashlights on it, you can see it better. It looks darker than normal blood.
Like overly oxygenated blood.
Yeah, like almost it's like almost getting to that brownish black color, but it's not quite there.
Like a Hershey syrup kind of consistency.
Yep. Luna, you doing all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay then.
It's
Delicious. Who's got ice cream?
3 C's. All right, so you guys have this mess before you. As I said, there's that one door is open here, so you guys are able to see out through there if you wanted to go look out the window. At the moment, you don't see or hear any other movement other than the siren that is still going off.
I think it'd be best if we can turn off that siren so we're not like audibly incapacitated. Like we can hear like what's coming around and like hear what's going on around us.
Agreed. Riker, can you shut that off from here like you were talking about?
Yeah, the master control panel is just down the hall.
By the other nurses' station or more towards the ICU waiting?
More towards the
Staircase E or staircase tier?
probably about maybe like this area, like definitely in like this area.
Okay.
It's in one of those little utility rooms.
Let's tread carefully. There might be more of those things coming up the stairs.
Sorry.
Before we like press on,
He's infected.
I want to look
Sorry.
at see if I can identify the body, like if he has any like a wallet or anything on him.
Okay, so you roll him over and there's check his pockets. He does have a wallet. It's Tom. Yep, Tom. It's a good name. Tom
man.
Smith. You can find there's we'll say there's like $7 in his wallet. You know, he's got a couple, like a library card, his credit card, like your typical wallet. Nothing of note. There's a set of keys in his one pocket that does have like your typical like a house key, and then like one looks like a bike lock maybe, and the other one is like a car key.
I'll take the car keys with me.
Okay. Let's see. Roll me a flat D20. Please, sir. We'll see. 14. You are also going to find a cipher in one of his pockets. It is a skill boost. Is that one of the ones on here? It is. So it is I'm gonna say it's like a little vial of stuff, of like a liquid that you can just drink. So it dramatically but temporarily alters the user's mind and body so that they can ease one specific kind of physical action by 3 steps. Once activated, this boost can be used a number of times equal to the cipher's level, but only within 24 hours. So if you roll me a 1d6.
I thought he'd roll.
I didn't roll anything. There it goes. All right, so it's a level 1, so you get 1 boost. And then I need a D100 as well. 46. So it's might defense.
Just in case we encounter any tank like Zumbafoos.
Exactly.
Staffers.
So you get 1 good boost against defending. The way it works is basically once you take it, It boosts for each time that task is used up to the number of times it can be used for 24 hours. So you don't get to like toggle it on and off. It's basically the next 3 uses of might defense. Well, in this case, the next 1 use of might defense, it would protect you. 3 steps.
Gotcha.
So, so you find that in one of his pockets. For reference, for anybody who's watching or for you guys, if we were playing like a longer campaign, you'd have to do actually a few like investigation checks to determine what kind of cipher it is and then like what it actually does. But because this is a one-shot, I'm just letting you guys know. They all come with little labels. This does this, Nice and simple. We're glossing over the nitty-gritty.
Basically the Juggernaut from the...
Oh, yeah. From, like, Resident Evil. The Nemesis type dude. All right, so what is your current plan of attack? And what are you going to do with that skill boost?
Well, for this skill boost, I'm just going to save it for now.
Okay.
And just in case if we encounter any, like, a horde of these beings that are eradicating this hospital, I'll just hold on to it for a little bit.
Okay.
So that's my plan. But right now we need to get down this hallway to shut off this alarm.
All right, so you guys are gonna head down the hallway. How are you guys moving? Are you moving all 3 together? There's kind of 2 hallways. You can see that they both lead. There's like this one, and then there's this one. So there's like, we'll say there's the patient side, and then there's like the surgery side. Are you all going down the same hallway? Are you splitting? Are you like, what's your movement style? What are we doing?
But splitting up sounds like such a great idea.
Well, you're not super splitting. You're basically just taking...
Nurses'
like
stations are short.
Yeah.
You can, like, see over
It'll
them.
converge eventually.
Exactly.
And like
I wanna go
there's
on
even
the-
splits in the hallways where we can see each other.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
I want to go on the surgery side. I kind of want to go into the surgery room and see if there's any good weapons in there.
Okay. Is everybody on board with popping into surgery real quick to take a quick look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I think I can MacGyver some stuff from there.
You probably could. Let me pull up my book real quick to see what chainsaws are. No. Buzzsaw. So you guys are going to head into the surgery. As you go in, there is... it's eerily quiet, almost as if they basically wrapped up any emergency surgeries that were being done and then whisked the patients into their rooms to go downstairs to kind of attend to whatever is happening there. Sorry, I'm trying to find equipment. That's Cyphers. You guys are gonna go in. I'm gonna need perception checks. I'm gonna say difficulty 4 to find super useful stuff.
Intellect?
Intellect, yes, sorry.
Okay.
Perception. One, 82.
So close.
Makes sense.
Well, that's not helpful. Let's get a list of stuff. Oh, you know what? I think it's under the... Jeez. Modern 244. Sorry. Aha, I found items. Okay. Give me some ideas. Alright, so we've got an 11, a 7, and a 13. Now, this isn't like a pass or fail on this one, because you're not trying to see something specific, you're just looking. So this is basically how well do you find good items versus, like a fork. A plastic
Surgery
fork.
room. Delicious.
You found somebody's lunch on a table. Okay, so you guys, let's see, an 11 and a 7. I'll say with the 11 and the 7, you guys can find some typical, like surgery tools, like a scalpel, maybe like some forceps, one of those like jaw things that opens like a sternum. I don't know what those are called. You find some stuff like that. You're not gonna find like the really heavy duty surgery tools like your little buzz saws or any of that. The 13, however, you're like, sorry, on my screen I looked and it looked like it said Donnie Dalton for a second, and I was like, who's Donnie? We don't have a Donnie.
There's no winning.
So Danny is like, why are you guys looking in the basic cabinets? Like, all the good stuff's over here. So she's gonna go over and open up one of the cabinets, and you'll be able to find, we'll say, one of the saws, like that has like the battery pack and everything, so it's like ready to go. I will say it counts as a medium weapon, just because the amount of damage it would do. It would do a 4 points of damage. You'll be able to find also in the next cabinet open, sometimes they put stuff in there. You open it up and there's actually 2 bags of like patients' personal items that were thrown in there, and one of them looks like it had been maybe some kind of like a cop, and there is a small handgun with one what do you call it, clip magazine. Whatever, that has 10 bullets in it.
Oh wow.
So you're right there.
Me? Or
I have questions.
Why? What?
The ex-military dude, no concealed weapon. The patient
That
who's
was a
coming
cop.
in for surgery.
That was a cop on duty. He was shot on duty.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
I just want to know. That's all. I'm curious. I have a curious mind.
Listen, Mark was shot on duty, okay? And they were removing the bullets. That's why he was in surgery. Obviously.
Clearly. My bad. My bad. Very insensitive.
So what would be the might of that I guess pistol?
Is it a ranged weapon?
It's a ranged weapon, so it's a speed. But it is... Sorry, I gotta double check.
It's also good for pistol whipping if it runs out of batteries. I mean, bullets.
It's not a battery.
Batteries. It's actually a taser now. Oh, I guess those have charges.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's a medium handgun, and it's got long range, and it counts as a medium weapon. So it does 4 points of damage per bullet, but you cannot bash with it.
Okay. Can I dual wield that and the axe or no?
No, you are not a dual wielding character.
Okay. Riker, do you want the axe?
Yeah, I'll take the axe.
I hand you the axe.
I'll take it and I'll stow my crowbar back in my tool bag.
Okay. Well, then who wants the gun? I'm taking the saw.
She
I'll
wants
take
the
the gun.
saw. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we got one gun, one saw, and one axe. Is what
I'll just change my axe to gun since it's the same might.
Mm-hmm. But you can't axe a question with your gun.
Aha!
But I can shoot you a question.
You can. You can. And that's our stream, guys. Thanks for coming. Get out. So just to reiterate, your some very intense weapons and jokes. Your axe does 4 points of damage. It's a medium weapon, so it doesn't ease attacks. Your buzzsaw is a light weapon. It's a medium weapon. So it does not ease attacks, and it does 4 points of damage when you people's
Just add
faces.
that myself.
Yeah, you can add it, or I can add it for you.
Will you add it for me? That would be wonderful.
And then I'm also going to say in the other bag, there is, I'm going to say 2 ciphers. Oh, I like the sound of, I don't know what it does. Roll me a 1d6.
It can't be good.
Roll me a 1d6, please, Ms. Gloom.
Oh, no.
5, so 7. Okay, let's see. So this one's called Metal Death.
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
I don't know what it does.
Produces a stream of foam that covers an area about 3 feet by 3 feet, transforming any metal that it touches into a substance as brittle as glass. The foam affects metal to a depth of about 6 inches. So basically, you just turn everything into like super brittle material.
Turns metal into glass.
Yep. Metal death. It destroys metal. And I'm gonna say it's like a little, almost like a little spray canister. The other one is a mono horn. So I need a 1d6, please. Again. 2. All right. So. Oh, got it. All right. Mono horn. The user gains a horn in the center of their forehead. I totally thought like a bullhorn or like a megaphone type horn. It's actually like a unicorn horn. I'm picturing like a horn. I'm like, what? The horn is deadly sharp and strong, and it spirals down to a solid base where it fuses with their flesh and bone. The user is specialized in making melee attacks with the horn, which is considered a medium weapon. The horn lasts for a number of hours equal to the Cypher's level. So you will have a horn for 5 hours if you use this.
Oh, God.
Just saying. You're a unicorn for 5 hours.
Let's just start playing some Duhast. Just go ham.
And metal death.
Death metal and unicorn horns. Is there still a penalty for carrying more than a certain amount of ciphers?
Technically,
Am I
yes, but I'm
remembering that correctly? No?
Yeah, but I'm not worrying
Yes,
about
but
it.
no?
Yes,
Okay.
but no, because you guys are probably not going to roll. I mean, if you want to roll a flat D100 and see if anything happens, I don't think anything really will. Cause
I was just gonna drop my other ciphers because
or just use them.
I don't want to use them either. Okay, the ciphers I have are controlled blinking nodule. For the next day, I assume that means the next 24 hours, each time the user is struck hard enough to inflict damage, but no more than once per round, they teleport to a spot they desire within immediate range. Since they are prepared for this effect and their foe is not, the user's defenses are eased for 1 round after they teleport.
It basically.
So if I get hit, I get to like teleport.
You can
away
backside
from
or
the
whatever.
damage.
Yeah, and it makes it easier for you to dodge next time.
Can I use that right now?
Yeah, and it lasts
Okay.
for 24 hours. So,
Boom.
all right.
And I want to use the unicorn horn.
Okay. So
Using
basically,
it.
all right, using it, and that's for 5 hours. You've got this horn now. It just. It's on.
This must be one of those subjects that you've delved into, like unicorn lore.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, it is actually. That's why she's like, oh my gosh,
Unicorn lore.
let's do this. All right. So you now have a horn for 5 hours. And just remember, you are specialized in making attacks with it, which means the difficulty is eased by 2 steps. or sorry, by 1 step. No, 2 steps when you do this. And it's a medium horn, so you're really good at poking things with it, stabbing things with it.
Nice.
Okay? It does 4 points of damage.
So I've got a unicorn horn and a saw. Is the saw circular? I'm not sure what. Or is it like a bone saw?
You pick. What do you want?
Well, you said it was battery powered, so I'm gonna go with.
I think they both can be battery powered.
Can they?
Technically.
I'm gonna look up a bone saw. Hold on.
Bone saw. Just so you
Bone
can
saw
say
is like
that.
a single hand kind of deal.
That is
Well,
not-
two hand
that's
for
not what I'm
stability, but you can hold it with one hand if you wanted to.
Ooh.
But the blade is like really sharp.
I think I want it to be. There's a
Hi, Taryn.
just Google surgical saw. It's not
helping you.
not helping. All they have is pictures of. They have one that looks like a power tool. Like it looks like a screwdriver, but it's got like a saw blade that's like straight.
Yeah.
Like a sawzall.
Yeah, like a sawzall. That's what I'm carrying.
One of those. All right.
Mhm.
Now that we're clear. But what brand is it?
important.
Is it Ryobi or DeWalt? Like, come on.
It's
It's a Milwaukee. It has to be Milwaukee.
circular oscillating saw. Ooh. Look, I'm just gonna put a picture of it in the thing.
In the thing.
I don't know how to pronounce the brand name, so I'm not even gonna.
Do it, do it, do it.
It is a Rui Jean. Rui Jean.
Okay.
A thing, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Where are you putting it?
There.
There.
In the Discord chat.
Oh, in the Discord chat.
Visual aid.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's like a circular does a thing. Okay.
Alright, so what we'll do is get you guys up to. Sorry, I opened a. I'm trying to get to this other screen. We'll get you guys up to the thing probably, and then we'll take a break. So you guys have finished scavenging your way into the or through the surgery area. Are you guys taking any of the smaller tools? You can use technically a scalpel as a light weapon to like hack and slice.
I'm gonna pocket a scalpel.
Point down though, right? Not point up.
It's got a
As
safety
soon as a
on it.
nurse, I would know how to
How to
safely
keep it.
transport.
All right.
Right.
All right, and then you guys are going to head back out. You do know that there's a door on the north side that would like take you right out to basically across the hall from where the what are you going to? The
That
control
utility room.
room. I was going to say
panel.
control room, and I'm like that kind of works. To the
bridge.
utility room. It's kind of up in like this room. We'll say that's one,
Yeah.
and then there's another one like here, this other smaller one. So you guys are going to be heading to this one, and you kind of open up the door, and you can see that it looks like the hallway is clear. There is, however, down this way, and I'm on my knee, down this way, where the purple X is, there is a smear of blood across the wall that goes down and like around the corner, you can see. So you're not sure if somebody like
Around the corner we haven't been around.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So it goes like down and that way, like around that
Nothing
corner.
about this is good.
Nothing about anything is good.
No.
Sorry, bonking the thing.
Nothing about anything is good.
Oh, bonk my mic again. Jesus, Mike, what are you doing? Jumping out in front of me.
Nothing about that mic is good.
It's funny because it keeps hitting right on my ring. Like right on the edge of the mic thing. So yeah, so what are you guys just darting across to the room, I'm guessing, or are you gonna do anything else on your way?
Lovely, will you put in my weapons and ciphers that I picked up?
I will. As soon as
Thank
we
you.
go on break, I'll do it on the break.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
let's just dash across, right?
Yeah, Riker's gonna look both ways, like real carefully, and he's just gonna like bolt right across the hall and make sure he has his keys to the to the whole hospital. He's gonna,
Including the pharmacy.
including the pharmacy.
Including the pharmacy, you think.
Maybe it's one of those little itty bitty keys that just gets lost in the sauce.
So yeah, as you get up to it, the door is locked, so you are gonna have to take just a few seconds. But with the alarms going off, you can't you're muffled enough, like you're not making a ton of noise. And you guys don't immediately see anybody around the corners. You guys managed to get into this room, and I guess you're shutting the door again. Are you locking it behind you, or?
Alex, I would like you to stand guard at the door if you could, to make sure you don't see anyone.
Can do. And like,
As long as there's nothing in the control room, it was locked, so there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
As you go in, you don't see anything. Correct.
Okay.
Right, so
Not seeing anything and there being nobody or nothing in there.
Look, I know, they're very two different things.
Especially the way you're smiling. I'm just saying.
Just saying. You don't see anything. No. It's a pretty small room. There's like a control center, sort of like, like a computer or whatever at a table, and then there's a couple server racks. It's not a huge room.
What was the name of that technician that supposedly left earlier?
Julian.
Julian.
Just kidding. Damn it, Julian. So we're gonna pause there. You guys have just made. I'm totally just picturing. Damn it, Julian.
You had one job.
You had one job. Fix the elevator with duct tape. You've made it into the room, and currently, one last quick question is, Alex, are you waiting outside the room or just inside the room, like peering out? Nick.
Oh, sorry, I was hearing some background noise. I think on your end. Anyway.
I think it's Carl's.
Sorry, my wife is on the phone.
Oh, okay.
I'll mute myself real quick.
Yeah, I'll peer in, but otherwise I'll stand guard.
Okay, so you're outside the room with the door cracked. Okay, I'm just trying to set it up so when we come back, I know where everybody sort of is. And then, Danny, you're in the room as well, right?
Oh yeah.
With your buzzsaw.
Just flailing it around. Watch out!
This is why they don't let me do surgery.
After the incident.
I was banned from the OR.
Exactly. She's like, my access had been removed. How'd I get in? All right. So that is where we're going to take a little break. So we will be back in just a little bit with our unicorn, our buzzsaw wielding unicorn, our axe wielding technician, and our gun wielding. What are you now? Just a warrior, right?
Veteran.
Veteran / philanthropist.
Veteran turned philanthropist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will be back in just a little bit, somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes or so. So hang tight, guys.
Grammarly adds confidence so you don't undermine your message, and offers rewrites so your ideas come through clearly. Try Grammarly today. It's the blue button right there.
first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
We are
Ready to fight some zealots.
some zealots. All right. So real quick before we hop back in, let's recap where we're at. You guys have made it into the utility room, utility closet, for lack of better terms, where the Riker, your technician, believes he can turn off the fire alarms that are still blaring out of control. You guys have you started on floor 3. Everything started going haywire. You made your way down to floor 2. You found a couple of people one had been bit, and it was patched up. While that was happening, shortly after that happened, you guys then fought a zealot that strolled down the hall with his axe, which Alex swiftly removed. And then you guys destroyed him after a while. And then you made your way to the surgery room. You looted the place, and now you have found yourselves in the utility closet. I believe I've added everything to people's sheets that you need. If anybody needed anything else, I am sorry I forgot it. But go ahead and let me know, and I can add it as we're going. I hope you like what I added.
I do.
Before we jump back in, I need a flat D20 roll from each of you.
Oh.
Just flat D20. Alright, we got a 4, a 9, and a 14. Give me 1 second. 2. Okay. So, as you guys are in this utility closet, looking for where things are at, what's going on, go ahead and give me, Riker, your, I guess it would just be your engineering, to see if you can remember exactly how to get to where the alarms are, how to shut them off, if remember how to do all that systems. It's going to be difficulty, I'm going to say it's just a difficulty 3, since you are pretty familiar with it, but it's not something you do on a daily basis.
All right.
And you can use straight from your skill. It will automatically give you 1. So it's technically only a difficulty 2 as you roll. If that helps you in determining if you want to use anything.
So what if I wanted to use points from my pool?
You can. So it is an intellect check, which means it will cost, so it would be 3 points of intellect, but you have 0 edge, so it's still a full 3 points come out of your intellect pool. But it will make it 1 step easier, so it will make a difficulty 1 would be the final math.
Okay. So just drop it down to a 1 then?
No,
or would it
still put it as a
automatically
3. Yep, still put it as a 3, and then when it asks for your
is it effort or assets?
Assets. Sorry, effort. My bad.
Effort. Okay.
Yeah,
now I gotta
level of
redo
effort.
it. I gotta redo it all over again.
1 level of effort, and make sure you take 3 points out of your intellect pool if you haven't already.
So difficulty 3.
It's all set to 11. It should be 11, 10, 15. Oh, unless you've been taking it out of the pool.
And then you said it would go for effort, right?
Yes.
So 3 points out of effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then
No. When it says how much effort, it's just 1 level of effort. But you're going to take 3 points out of your intellect pool.
All right. One more time.
We'll get there. It's not a intuitive thing sometimes. There you go. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you can see, the trained takes off 1 level, the effort took off another, so your final is just a 1. Okay? So you kind of crack your fingers and sit down and start, typing into the computer and manage to pull up pretty quickly the information. You do see, it looks like, hey, Flower, you do see that it was manually pulled. You can pull that up on the system, and it was pulled down on the first floor. Sorry, like your north corridor. Like it shows you which one was pulled and everything. After a few minutes, you're able to kind of type a few more, and you manage to turn off the alarms. They go off. You can also you beat that by enough. Looking at the systems, you can see that the main power to the hospital looks like it has been shut off, and your generators, the emergency generator, backup power is what's being used right now. And it does tell you that you have about 7 hours left of time on those generators before they will need to be either refueled or switched over to like an additional, like a manual switch to like a smaller set of generators that would be for basically your life supports. So you can kind of see like those statistics are up on the screen. While you guys are doing this, as soon as the alarm goes off, your ears have been ringing with this constant wow, wow for like the last maybe like an hour or so, as you guys have been making your way through the hospital, fighting things, rummaging, it's now super eerily quiet, and your ears are still kind of got that ringing going on. But Alex, you will hear down that hallway to your right, left direction where the blood smears were. You're gonna hear some noises. Somebody or something is moving around. There's a little bit of like a scraping noise. Occasionally you hear like some smacking, knocking noises. You don't hear any talking. You don't hear any like nothing like that. You just hear like movement and maybe the occasional sound of like a door opening and closing.
But was the previous zealot making noises?
Hard to say. It was pretty loud with the alarms. It was definitely going, but it may or may not have been going.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of really quiet, whisper through the door, like I hear movement down the hall where the blood splatters are, possible hostiles.
Miss Gloom, you're muted.
With the information, and Riker's just gonna hold up his axe and just be like, well, the alarms are off, so we can at least hear them if they're coming around.
Oh, Gloom, I think you're muted, by the way.
Yep.
Sorry, my dog was barking. Well, we need to decide if we're going to stay here or we're going to try to get out of the building, I guess. Because, I mean, this room is small, but all three of us could fit in it, and we could just stay here until this blows over.
Is there a window in that room by any chance, Rachel?
There is no window in this room.
Last time we passed a window, were the meteors still falling? Did it seem like carnage was still going on outside?
It's been a while, and you guys haven't specifically tried going to a window, so I'm gonna say you wouldn't have really taken notice. Plus, in order to like see down, you would have had to go actually up to the window and like look down, like Miss Gloom had done before. And it's been a while since she did that.
Is there a window nearby that I could go scout out?
There are. So there is this room if you're looking at the screen to the right of the room you're in is like almost like a laboratory area. So there are a series of windows that face north. And then, or you could go over to the left side and look out the windows that look down towards like the lobby area, like what would be where the lobby is and the front entry.
Oh, okay. The ones previously.
In the patient rooms. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go that first option to get a different angle. Try north. So just kind of whispering. I'm gonna go scout out ahead. At a window, see north.
Okay.
Don't you leave us, Alex.
All right, so you're gonna go into the basically there's a door right kind of like right next to you. You can slide into that real quick. It is a sort of laboratory area, so there's like workstations set up with like microscopes, and there's some testing equipment. What you would see in kind of a typical lab area. The north wall does have some windows. As you walk up, there is one window that is like cracked open, like almost like they had it open for like fresh air or something. The rest are just normal windows, whatever, that not open or closed, or sorry, they're just closed. Which are you going to, like the open one, or you just going to a regular one?
Can I try to quietly close the open one?
Sure. You're just gonna go up and like pull it closed?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me really quick. Double check what this is.
Never good.
Shh, quiet you. It's always good. Always good.
There's a cupcake in the window, and I need to roll a d6 to determine the flavor.
Exactly.
I got you, Rachel. I got it.
Exactly.
Lemon, red velvet, chocolate, funfetti.
Funfetti.
Or
I need an intellect defense roll of a difficulty 4.
Oh.
As you're reaching up to pull this window shut, and you're looking out, and you can see some of these meteors.
Where is the door in relation to where we are now for the lab room?
There.
Is it here, or is it down this creepy hallway with possible Ziploc bags?
There's actually 2 doors. There. I drew the green lines are like your doors that go in. Alright, so intellect defense roll, my good man. Good
My worst
sir.
stat. I'll just try this flat and see what happens.
Do it, do it, do it. Ooh, okay. It's not
Well,
that one.
Yeah, close.
Not on that one. So you quietly get up to this window, and as you're looking and you're looking out to like reach out and grab the window, you can see some of these meteors, and immediately you're at. Have any of you guys had ice pick headaches before? Where it feels basically like an ice pick is being like driven through your skull. And it usually only happens for a few seconds. It's like that. It's like the worst pain you've ever felt, stabbing through your face. And then you immediately feel nauseous. Take 1 point of intellect damage, please.
Where do I track
It comes out of your
damage?
intellect pool.
Oh, okay.
So as you're doing this and you see these things, you feel this pain, you feel sick to your stomach. It kind of stalls you for a second. You can still pull the window closed if you'd like, but you are not feeling hot at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'm pulling the window shut. Did I get to see outside as well before this happened, or?
I mean, the window's still clear see-through. It's just it was just open. So you are currently, I'm gonna say temporarily, almost like blinded with like pain for a few seconds. So while he's doing that, what are you guys doing in the room? Cut back over to you guys for a minute.
Let's see. So, from the monitors that Riker could see, he can see the levels, or he can see the time limit left for like the backup generators, and where the manual generators are to fall back on afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, you'd know that they're on the south side. On the east side, kind of like behind the building. There's basically like a like you have your trash, and then you have maybe some limited parking for staff, and then there's like almost like a gated fenced off area that has like some generators and such in it, and you know that's where they're at, and that you would have to get into there and switch things over. It's a manual like a manual switch of sorts that you maybe weren't trained on necessarily specifically, but you have been trained on this sort of systems at some point in your technician training. So it won't be like unfamiliar, but it's not, like you weren't trained specifically on these systems.
I'm going to check the gauges for the fire suppression system.
Okay. And you want to just see if they're
They're still running at full capacity.
Oh yeah. Well, are you saying like are they turned on, or are they like ready to be turned on?
I have several ideas going on in my brain right now.
Okay. It doesn't look like they've been activated, but it does look like the pressure systems are all reading normal, as if they haven't been triggered, if that's what you're asking.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like the alarm was pulled, but since there was no smoke, like the suppression systems didn't kick on.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess, is there anything else in like the server room / utility room that could be of use?
Not really. I mean, the chair, if you wanted to pick up the chair and huck the chair at somebody. I mean, that's about it. It's like a little wheelie desk chair. That's about all you got.
Sit in it and roll down the hall.
Roll down the hall. If your leg was broke, somebody could improvise with a wheelchair.
Ousting.
Danny, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull the door closed. Is there a clear wall between us and the laboratory? Or is it like are all the panels on the walls and there's no, like, right on the other side of this wall is the laboratory? Does that question make sense?
Is it a solid wall? Is that what you're asking?
If I spray it with my metal killer, will it destroy important systems to the hospital?
Potentially.
That wall. This wall.
Imagine you're in a room that's literally like the two walls on the sides are like server racks. Like wall to ceiling.
Two walls on the sides if you're standing at the door.
Yeah. So like that would be a server rack, and that would be a server rack, and like in the middle is just like a little computer that's like connected to both.
Okay.
That he's like sitting at working real quick.
Okay. Riker, I don't think we should hang out here very long. I don't like being separated from Alex. Are you ready to go? What is it that you're doing?
Jeez, with the questions. No.
The alarms are off. Let's leave.
Let's get out of here.
You're muted, by the way, Riker.
Yeah, if you're talking, you're muted. Carl.
Oops, my bad.
No, that's all right.
I was just texting with someone real quick. Josh, let's go.
All right, so you guys are thinking of ducking back over. So real quick, back over to Alex. So after a few seconds, the headache goes away. The brief bit of nausea goes away. Your vision's a little bit hazy feeling still, like almost like it hurts to look. But it's clearing pretty quick. Like it's passing whatever it is. So you've got the window closed now, and you're able, if you'd like, you can look out the window.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. All right. So you're looking out the window. You're looking at the north side of the building. There actually isn't a lot going on up here. This building faces a flat parking lot. You'll be able to see there's a couple people kind of milling around in the parking lot, but it does look like most of the lights are actually out at this point. The street lights and such. So it's pretty dark. You do see points of light that are like, when you shine a light at an animal and the eyes kind of gleam back at you. you kind of see miscellaneous bits of that. Would you like a GM intrusion, Nick?
Sure.
Sure. All right. You get one experience, and one goes to somebody else. Who would you like to give the other one to?
Has anyone used experience yet?
I have.
Take one experience.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
So as you're sitting there looking out the window, you are going to feel a sharp pain in your ankle. And you are going to feel a tugging sensation, as there was under the desk right next to you a zealot hanging out.
Oh no.
And it is currently gnawing on your ankle. Good sir. So, you now have a bite on your ankle, just FYI. Whether or not you want to tell your party members in the next few minutes when they come rushing into your aid to help destroy this thing, possibly, or leave you. That's up to you.
Okay.
And take 3 points of might damage as it bit you.
Understood.
So yeah, you are currently, as you're looking down, you can see it's actually just like the top half of a person as well. It's not even like a full person.
It's just the torso.
It's just the torso. And face.
Arms?
Arms. One arm. The other arm's like half missing.
Oh.
It's currently like on your ankle. It's an ankle biter.
You have clearance to be in this room.
We're here to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
We've been trying to reach you.
Could my solvent cipher be used on living material? It dissolves 1 cubic foot of material each round.
Does it say what kind of material? It just says material?
Just material.
I'll say it's semi-living, but yeah, it would work. It would dissolve it.
Yeah. I'm gonna dissolve its head with this this solvent. It's. I assume that means I have 6 uses of it, or does it all like get used at once?
Let me see what. This is what now that we're
Dissolves 1 cubic foot of material each round. After 1 round per cipher level, the cipher becomes inert. It's level 6.
Okay, yeah, it's 1 use, but it lasts for 6 rounds, basically. So it's gonna be able to you're gonna be able to dissolve 6 cubic feet of material. Basically, you could melt the entire like desk, the creature, a hole in the floor to the next floor. You know, like you could basically do that.
I'm gonna do all of that.
Okay.
But starting with the creature so that it stops biting me immediately.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you just kind of quickly unstop it and dump it all over, and it pretty much eats right through the flesh pretty quick. And there's maybe like a couple fingers left twitching for a few seconds after it's gone. Probably right by this time, as it's like dissolved and starting to go through the floor, is about the time that Danny and Riker would be kind of entering the lab.
Yeah, so I'm like, these things survive even when severed in half. One just bit me, and it was just like part of a torso.
What is going on?
Wait, it bit you?
Yes, on my ankle. I show. Is the wound glowing, Rachel?
It is glowing, and it's relatively painful, and it is bleeding.
Slap a tourniquet on there.
Riker, go lock and close both the doors, and then I'm gonna give Alex medical attention.
All right, I'm gonna
Should I-
go. I'm gonna run to the furthest door first and give it a lock,
Okay.
and then return to the closest door that we just came through.
Okay. And I will tell you, there is in this room. There's a third door here. Whoop. Well, there. That goes. There's actually like an extra little room, kind of between where you're at. So there's like an extra room there. That's like a storage area. So you would know that there's like
room
another.
have any doors?
That room
Alright,
does
so
have another door.
Then that room would lock on the inside. Then this one would.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go to this door first, lock it, and then come back to the main door we just came through and lock that one as well.
Okay. All right. So you guys are locking up the doors, and there is to this room. There is a couple of windows like in the hallway. There's like we'll say like 2 windows, just like your standard kind of like office style windows. How they're like that half height. Here and here. There are sets of curtains. They're currently open because it was just like the middle of the day. People were working. So the red are the 2 windows that you can look out in the hallway if you wanted to. Medical attention. You're gonna do some medicaling.
Yes.
Medicining.
Medicining.
What are you trying to do? Just assess and stitch? Are you trying to like lop his leg off? Are you?
I wouldn't do that without asking.
I mean, you got your bone saw now, so.
I can do it. I'm not
Do we
saying
have
I
an
can't
app?
do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it without asking.
Can I suggest something out of character?
Sure, why not?
I do have a tissue regeneration cipher.
What?
So I don't know if that regrows limbs, but
But there's only one way to find out.
He's a lizard man.
Let me read what it does.
but would we have a good sense at this point that it might be infectious?
The next hour, the user.
We haven't seen anybody turn yet, but basic Zamboni rules, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've seen half of a human body, like, still moving around. So we might be honing in on the right Z word at this point.
Zuckerberg.
Zygote.
All right. I would say the tissue regeneration is not going to regrow a full limb. Like, if she were to cut off your calf muscle, that would regrow. But if she hacks off the whole leg, that will not regrow.
What if he just pours it on the wound? Does it regenerate the tissue there? Would it heal the wound?
It would close up the wound. It would heal those points, yes.
But it wouldn't neutralize necessarily the bad stuff.
The bad stuff we're assuming,
the
like
bad
the
stuff.
infection.
Yeah.
The bad things.
The Zydeco music.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I have a list. I have a list.
She's got a list, guys. So, yeah, it's gonna be a difficulty 2 check. And you're trained and everything, so I mean, it's really
Me?
like
Intellect? Okay.
yeah, it's intellect. If you use your skill, it will automatically make it one step easier and everything. Because
There's a skill here that just says skill. Okay, hold on.
skill.
Skill.
Is it because you like got rid of it?
Whoop. No, it's because wasn't assigned. You are trained in one area of knowledge.
Oh,
Probably something weird or esoteric, it says.
yeah.
Yeah.
Skill. All right, so your Oh yeah. You're using your ability, your healing touch. Okay, so it costs 1 intellect point. You have 1 edge, so it's free for you to do. So it's a difficulty 2 intellect check. So go ahead and roll me a difficulty 2 intellect check.
No assets, right?
No assets. This is just your ability. 13. Okay. So you easily stitch him up, fix him up real quick. I think it's 1d6. Yep. Go ahead and roll 1d6. Nice. So you get 6 points back to your might pool. Or, well, to whichever
nice.
pool
Okay.
you want, but I would assume you want your might because that's the one that you took damage from.
Yeah, and I mean, I assume our pools cannot go over what we originally had in them, right?
Correct. I speak.
Then yeah, it makes sense. It brings my might pool back to max.
Okay. Cool.
Can I do a player intrusion?
Sure.
The human male that we had met when we first entered this floor. I think the only chance my character, out of character, has of surviving is to realize in character that he has been turned, and therefore this bite is bad news. So I'm gonna need him to shamble into view now.
To shamble into view. All right. So that works out. Yeah. So go ahead and pay your 1 experience.
Okay.
You guys are doing this as Riker is over locking the second door, the one that you guys came in through. Down that hallway, there's going to be 4 zombies that come kind of shambling around that corner. And when I say shamble, they're actually moving pretty quick. It's like a hustle shuffle as they're like coming around the corner. And Riker will quickly recognize that one of them is the gentleman that had been bit. One is a female that was with him. And then one is a doctor that he's seen around the hospital several times. And the other one is Julian, the other technician.
Julian!
Oh wow.
Had to bring it back.
Who I actually know. In my backstory, I think I saved him once. So,
That's messed. That's messed up.
Yeah.
So
Is the doctor that I work with?
it's not Daniel or
Okay.
Jack. Sorry, it's not Jackie or Daniel.
That's good. It's not Daniel.
Yes, it's not Daniel. It's the other doctor. No, it's not Jack. It's a different doctor that you guys know, like you've seen around the hospital. You may not know him like closely, but you recognize him at a glance. Well, sort of, but yes. All their eyes are glowing. They are most definitely zombified, zealotfied, zebrafied, however you want to do it.
Ziploc bagged.
Ooh.
Oof.
As they go shuffling by. They do seem to be on some sort of maybe like an alert as they're going down the hall. And you can see them through these windows. I'm assuming you duck out of view. All of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few minutes go by as they pass by. You do hear the handles of the doors kind of as if almost they're trying the doors. Occasional like a banging as they go by. They're like banging on the doors and the windows. Maybe it's not as like conscious as it seems, but it's really hard to tell. But they are definitely making a fair amount of racket as they go by. So after a few minutes, it does fade. Riker, you can kind of look out the window, and you do see them kind of turning the corner here. So,
All right.
yep, as they go around the corner, the little pack of them.
No, Julian.
Julian!
Julian!
Hurry up, years
Mystery
later.
Man!
But also, I shake that off, and I'm gonna ask Danny. Does that mean I'm going to become one of them?
I don't know for sure. It's there's a chance. It's a risk. Definitely. We don't know what causes it, but it might happen.
If if it's blood circulation, how quickly do you think it would take the wound to spread throughout my whole body? Like, would there be some chance if I lost a limb right now?
I don't actually know how long it takes, so I'm just gonna make something up,
That's fine.
right?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think, out of character, I think it's like literally every heartbeat your blood circulates around your body, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna say like 3 minutes, and if we do it right now and we cauterize the wound with something, you may survive. But you won't be able to walk. Like, you will be out of commission as far as walking goes for the foreseen future.
I'll get a prosthetic later. I know people who have had that. Just as if I have a walking cane, I can hobble along, and I have a gun, so I can still fight from a distance.
Okay, well, as part of dressing the wound earlier, I did put a tourniquet on, so that gives us a
little bit.
reasonable amount of time to perform the procedure. But how are we going to cauterize the wound?
I may or may not have a blowtorch in my heavy tool bag.
Roll a flat D20.
You want me to roll a d20?
Yeah, we'll see if you brought your blowtorch today. Like a little torch.
All right, let's see. Oops, I did not want to do that.
If not, you are in a lab.
Also, I have a heavy tool bag too, so there's
So you
two
may have
chances.
your blowtorch. 14? He has his small blowtorch.
Okay.
So.
All right, I will heat up the end of the axe with the blowtorch whenever he's ready to do the surgery.
Okay, we're really gonna do this.
I'm just
needs-
biting down on a piece of leather or
Yeah, I
something.
was gonna say,
Since
he needs something to bite down on.
Sure, you can
I
get some.
We've all seen that movie.
I assume there's no local anesthetic, and actually that'd be a terrible idea right now anyway, because I need to be alert.
Yeah.
Could we get back into the to the surgery ward and grab some anesthetics?
You could certainly try.
There's 4 zombies out there.
I
We
would
don't
say
have
you
time for this.
Do know there's zombies, and you do know that the chances of moving him would increase his blood flow. So it might speed up things.
Bones!
He more than likely will pass out from the pain if this does happen.
Oh, yeah.
I can't carry him. Can you carry him?
There's wheelchairs.
Where? In the room?
Yeah, there's wheelchairs all over the hospital.
I mean, you guys pass
In that
multiple.
supply closet, maybe?
Yeah. I'd say you could find one probably either in this room or, in the, like, right outside the door. Like, they're scattered around. It's a hospital. You can find them everywhere.
Okay.
And maybe there's something to jolt me awake after the fact. I don't know.
I've got a Snickers in my bag. It's a vending machine
There's-
snack.
AED equipment. The defibrillators.
Oh, jeez.
Might as
All
well
right.
try.
All right.
No, that's not how those work.
All right.
AEDs? Of course that's how they work.
So you guys are going to lay him out, like, I guess, like, on the floor. Maybe not by the hole in the floor where there's, like, the acid stuff just has eaten through and you can see to the floor below you.
We're going to do it right by the hole because I'm kicking his foot through the hole as soon as it's detached.
Awesome. Even better. Okay. So, wow, this is happening.
This has gone dark real quick.
This is good. I'm not surprised, but
This is 0 to 100 real quick.
All right, so we're gonna have a couple of checks. First of all, we're gonna need an intellect check from our doctor on call, from Danny.
I wasn't trained for this.
Danny the doctor. We're gonna need a speed check from Riker to see if he can, like, cauterize it before he bleeds out too much. Basically you're trying to, like, heat it up and then put it on while it's, like, the right temperature. Obviously Danny's instructing you, so it's gonna be doable. And then we will need a might check from the person whose leg is being cut off to see if he passes out. So we're gonna start with The way we're going to do this is we're going to do her intellect check first. Depending on how good or bad she does will depend on how hard the resulting checks become.
I just want to apologize to everybody.
All right. So
I brought this upon myself willingly. It's fine.
It is.
My idea.
he did accept the GM intrusion, though.
That's true.
All right. So, your difficulty check. You are not a trained doctor. You are a nurse. You have actually been kicked out of the OR room and surgery, remember, as we discussed earlier, for going, bone saw! So, this is going to be a difficulty 4 intellect check.
Okay, I would like to expend a point of effort.
All right, so it's 3 points from your intellect, unless you have edge minus the number.
Okay, I do have 1 edge.
Okay.
Math is hard.
That's okay. Well, if you... Yep. All right.
Effort. No assets, right?
No assets. No.
I just keep hoping.
You do keep hoping. It's okay.
Oh.
You succeed. All right. So, your speed check is going to also be a 4. It doesn't change because she succeeded. All right.
I will also use my edge.
Just remember, it could always be worse.
Could always be worse.
I would like to spend my edge point.
Okay. So, you put 1 level of effort, and what that does is it reduces the difficulty from a 4 to a 3. But keep it as a difficulty 4. It'll do the math for you. And then you'll take away, you have how many points in your edge? You have
I have 1 edge, so it'll be 2 for my pool.
Yep, that's correct.
All right.
As we're hacking off some limbs and trying to cauterize a wound. All right. So.
Oh no.
All right. So
It wasn't in that one.
it wasn't a nat 1, but it was not good.
Oh no.
It is still, I would like to point out here that it is still tourniqueted.
It is.
So he's not going to bleed out.
It just means he might have to do it twice to get it all at once, which means it's going to be much more difficult to maintain consciousness. So your difficulty is a 5 with a might check for you, sir, to maintain your consciousness.
So, can I use multiple levels of effort, or is it just 1?
You guys are only level 1, so you only have 1 level of effort.
Ooh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If he uses his tissue if we use, I guess he's going to be pretty much incapacitated. Unless he rolls really great. Could we use his tissue regeneration on the wound so that it would heal?
In theory, yes.
Just a nub.
Yeah.
Just a nub.
It'll
But
just
then
heal
it wouldn't be
quicker.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
A bit late to be planning that, but
It's a bit late after you've already hacked off his leg and tried to cauterize it.
right.
Not successfully, but smells like burning flesh.
Oh, it does. I assume the smell is already horrible because we disintegrated that guy.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible.
Rachel, how many XP would it be to level up?
Well, okay, so you can expend 4 XP, and the way level up works is you advance 4 different things first, and then you level up. But you could use 4 XP to basically give yourself another level of effort, which means you can then use 2 levels of effort to do stuff.
I'm doing that.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and level up that part. So go ahead and mark on your sheet your efforts now 2, and then you wanted to do 2 levels of effort towards your might check.
Yes, please.
All right, and you have it is, let me double check if it's on here. It is effort 3 points for 1 plus 2 points, so it would be 5 total points of effort. Or sorry, 5 total points of might, minus your edge. So you have 2 in edge, right?
Yes.
All right, so it's only going to cut 3 out of your pool.
Okay, that's fine. I was just healed back to max, so now I'm down to 12 from 15.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So let's see if you stay awake through this process. Is your
Difficulty 5, level of effort 2. And here we go. If I spent an XP point, could I re-roll that?
You can if you have XP. And other people can spend XP for you to re-roll if they would like.
I have one of mine.
Oh, you sure? I do have one left if...
No, I've got 5. Have one of mine.
Thanks.
Okay. And then are you doing the 2 levels of effort again?
Yes.
Okay. It will cost the same amount to come
3
out.
more. Mm-hmm. Okay. So from 12 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am getting a leg chopped off, so I guess this would go quickly.
This would go quickly. As you're like... So we're going to say that this is the first attempt at him cauterizing, and now he's getting ready to touch the axe again to like the other half of the lovely opening.
I succeeded.
Yes.
Just barely.
Just barely. So you're starting to feel nauseous, like you're sweating, you're like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And he's like, I'm done. And she's wrapping it up, I guess putting some kind of like bandaging around it to keep it clean and
I do still have my first aid kit.
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm
are in a
putting a
hospital.
Band-Aid on it.
Little Hello Kitty Band-Aid. She's like, Flintstones or Hello Kitty.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Choice between cherry and grape lollipops.
I do have vending machine snacks.
She does. So yeah. By the way, Alex, are you going to mention the weird sensation you got when you looked out the window briefly at all?
Yeah, sure.
Luna's like, mm-mm. I'm like, oh,
He's busy. He's busy.
I was just wondering. By the way.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you as DM think that it would come to mind, given the situation, I'll mention it.
Okay. I just wanted to remind you that you had that in case, because we got a little carried away with chopping off limbs, as we do.
Oh, whoa, hey. We did exactly the exactly appropriate amount of limb chopping off. We did not get carried away. We could chop off more limbs if we needed to.
And
He's got 3 other ones.
Just to be clear, you did throw his foot down the hole.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
You are going to hear a lot of commotion when you drop it down there.
Huh!
I'm going to look down the hole. Let's see what happens.
You're going to see a couple of zombies going after it, like, what is this? Like, checking it out, and then looking up in the hole.
Brother, I have leg.
So, yeah, there's about maybe 3 or 4 down there at the moment, kind of scrounging around, and they look up, so they might see you, unless you duck back quickly.
I'll duck back.
They do seem curious, though. You maybe see a hand come over the edge. No.
Right, so my tissue regeneration, was that used? I'm trying to remember.
No, you haven't used it yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
You did stay awake throughout the operation, so you could choose to use it, though, right? He doesn't have to, we didn't have previous knowledge of that in-game.
Correct. You didn't really mention it to each other. Well, okay. I guess he would have probably when maybe he was like, I got this stuff, it might regrow my leg, it might not, and maybe you clarified as the doctor. So currently you guys are in the lab area. There is that wandering group on the floor that you know about. There may or may not be more. You know that down through the hole, there are several down there, because that takes you down to the first floor. It's probably, I'd say it's probably close to 10 o'clock at night at this point, by the time you guys have gotten to here. What are you guys planning on doing? What is your game plan now?
Is there a fire escape?
Not on this side. Well, not directly by this room, because you guys are only on the second floor.
Because I imagine the best plan of action would be to try and get to the car, since we have keys now.
The parking garage is back the way we came.
It is actually pseudo underneath the building, yes.
But there's also a staircase that goes down. There's two of them right next to us.
Correct. And you would know, let me double check which ones.
D and E are the closest. Unless
We could
we
go through
had...
this room to see.
So you all would know that all of the staircases on this floor go down to the first floor. However, only staircases D and F go down to the garage. They're the only ones that go down one more level.
So it's better off if we sneak about and take staircase D.
Yeah.
So our goal is to get to the parking garage and get in a car and kick rocks.
Bail out.
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, beep, beep. Beep, beep. All right. How are you going to do it with a one-legged man?
I'm gonna say we need to get Alex in a wheelchair, but it's stairs. So
You're going to wheel him down the stairs.
So
Thump.
Riker could, like, carry him down the stairs, and as soon as we get to the first floor, just... Well, D goes all the way down to the parking garage, right?
Yes.
If Danny can, like, collapse a wheelchair and take it down with her, I'll carry Alex down, and then as soon as we get to that bottom floor, throw him in there and just go.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, one of us pushes, one sticks close, he's got a gun, it's cool.
It's
Throw
cool.
him over your shoulder, fireman style. So
And he'll
he
just
can
shoot at the
look
zombies.
out behind us.
Exactly. I think this is the best plan that could have come out of this at all. You got your front and your back covered.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll
Buzzsaw in the
drag
front
wheel.
and gun in the back.
Yeah. And don't forget. I've got my
And
horn.
your horn.
Hit the horn. For how many more hours? Is it like 2 hours left of it?
Oh, it's like 3 hours at least.
Oh, 3 hours.
At least 3 to 4, somewhere in there.
I do go ahead and use my tissue regenerator, so for the sake of it, it brings me back up to full, and should I take up to 4 more points of might damage between now and the end of the hour, then it'll heal 1 per round for that too.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Does that relieve a lot of his pain?
It will,
Since the
yeah.
tissue is regenerated? Okay.
Yeah, it's basically gonna like soothe it, and he can feel it like, you know, like I imagine like a nice tingly sensation, like cooling, refreshing in this trying time.
Brisk.
Exactly. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. It only heals points lost to damage. That doesn't count me using edge, does it?
Oh, you're right. No, that would not count.
So yeah, never mind.
However, you probably would have lost points to damage as she cut off part of your leg. So we'll say you got those back.
Okay, yeah, we'll just call it a wash.
Damage. I'm a professional, okay?
So I'll say you guys have a choice real quick. You can go ahead and start doing your plan, which is to fireman carry your one-legged companion while you have the wheelchair folded and carried down, all that good stuff. Or you guys have the option, you're in a hold up place right now, you could do some rests if you guys wanted to recover, and that'll get you some recovery rolls. So the way that works is your first one is an action. It basically takes a couple of minutes. You get 1d6 plus, I believe, 1, except Alex, you might get plus 2. I don't remember. It'll say on your sheet. The next roll you have to make is a 10-minute, or next break you have to take is a 10-minute break, followed by, I believe, a 1-hour break, and then a 10-hour break. You do have to take them all in order. However, you don't all have to take them at the same time. So, for example, Alex needs an hour to recover that many rolls, but the other two of you don't. You guys can, like, he can roll his 3, you know, because it would be the 1 action plus the 10 minutes plus the 1 hour. He could roll those 3d6, blah, blah, blah. But you guys, if you only need like 1 dice worth, you can just do the 1. However, your next break would have to be the 10-minute or whatever it is. So it goes up. So if you guys wanted to, of course, the lowest one is just, you basically just take like a deep breath. It's like a couple minutes. You know, you guys are in a place.
Doors are locked.
Mm-hmm. And the points you get back can be split. So if you are missing 3 points from might and 2 points from speed, and you roll 7, then you get 7 total points back, and you can split it between the ones that you need to. So that is an option if you guys wanted to take a quick breather in-game.
I haven't sustained much damage, so I'd be okay either way.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
I'm just missing that 6 from the edge and might, but I still have 9 left to work with, and honestly, I'll mostly be using speed if I'm shooting a gun, so.
Yep.
I lost 1 point in intellect, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, I think we're good to probably just try and get out of here, then.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to try to barrel on out of here. All right. First things first. Flat d20s from all 3 of you. All right. So you guys are going to head out. And you guys are going to D, you said, correct? D as in dog?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
All right. You guys round the corner. At this point, you are able to kind of right up in this like little nook here. There are a couple of wheelchairs kind of stacked up, you know, that you can grab one before heading down the stairs. As you come out, you can look down this hallway. You will see that little group of zombies is maybe about down here, about halfway down the hall, shambling along, kind of like pushing open doors or, you know, just kind of making their way. So it doesn't seem like they heard. You managed to do it quietly. You didn't pass out or scream. So you guys are moving on your way. As you open the door to the stairwell, it's pretty quiet in the stairwell. You don't hear any movement or zombie noises. So you're able to start down the stairs.
Make sure that door doesn't slam shut.
Slam! Shit.
And game over.
Exactly. Now they're all alerted on floor 1. All right, so you guys are going to head down the stairwell. You get to the first floor. Are you guys going to stop at all at the first floor or just keep on booking it down to the ground?
Keep going.
Keep going. All right, I'm going to need flat d20s again from everybody. All right. You guys kind of pause for a second we'll say on the landing at the first floor, just listening to see what you hear. You don't hear any sounds below you. You maybe hear some noise kind of echoing down the shaft by this point, like the stairwells. But it doesn't sound like it's on floors 2 or 3. It might be on like 4 or 5, like kind of way up there. And it doesn't sound very loud. Maybe it's just like a little bit of like movement noise. You guys make it to the ground floor. One more d20 roll from each of you, please.
Oh.
Okay. So you guys get there and you start to open the door, and it only opens about 4 inches. It appears like there's a vehicle just on the other side of the door.
Okay. I have a
my
solution.
I have death metal. Sorry.
She got very excited.
I have a solution for this.
Uh-huh.
It may not be pretty for this, but I'm going to use my blowtorch. I'm going to melt off the hinges to the door.
Okay. All right, so you're going to work on melting the door. It's going to take a little bit. You do hear the noise up above you is still kind of, there's definitely someone or something moving around a couple floors above you, kind of shuffling around. After, it's going to take a few minutes to get those hinges melted, but you are able to melt them. And then how are you getting the door off? Are you just going to kind of slide it to the side, kick it?
I'm going to take my crowbar. I'm just going to pry off the door hinge, and then I assume it's just going to either fall backwards or like backwards towards us, or I could like ease it in like against the car and then just kind of like push it out of the way.
Okay. Give me a speed difficulty 3 check. This is going to be to see if you can keep it from being like a loud crash. Like, are you quick enough to maneuver it and keep it basically from just making a ton of noise? Kind of like your sort of stealth check.
I'll take that difficulty 3 and I will use an effort.
Okay. You may use an effort.
Did that not go?
I do not see it.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's why.
Did it open in the background?
It did.
We've gone over this before. No.
It's time to stop. Alright, difficulty effort 1. Here we go.
Alright. So as it starts, you grab it and it starts maybe sliding one way a little bit. I'm assuming at this point you've like set Alex down while you're, wrangling
He's in the
door.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
No,
he's
you're
in the
carrying
wheelchair by the time we get to that ground floor.
Yeah, so you're able to catch it and keep it from making a ton of noise. It might make a little bit like scraping noise or a little bit like a
Ding,
like,
ding, ding, ding.
yeah, like there's a little bit of noise, but it's not like crash. Hello, we're here. And you guys can now see into the very dark parking garage. Are you guys shining your lights around into this dark garage?
I am now.
Okay. As soon as your beam of light shines out, several pairs of eyes turn at you. Orange glowing eyes. Like deer in the headlights. Woo-hoo.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Hey, I'm going to turn my flashlight off.
Click. I see you going, click, click.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Mistakes were made. So yeah, you can still see, even with the lights off, you do see a couple sets of those eyes are still kind of looking in this direction. Immediately you don't hear any noises or anything. There are like just the echoes of movement in the garage. We're gonna go ahead because we are over time a little bit and I want to be respectful. Are you guys good to go another couple minutes? Do you want to wrap it up here super quick?
Couple more minutes is fine.
Keep going, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to make sure that you guys don't gotta jet off. You're good, Luna, as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you have Alex in a wheelchair, but you have a car right in front of the entryway. So you're going to have to... Yes, raising your hand.
Is the car that we have the key for?
It is not the car.
It's probably the dude that got bit.
It might have been. But he came up the other...
Oh, yeah,
How
that's
are we
true.
going to find the car?
I am
Does
not
he
hitting
have the
the
brand
fucking...
on it? Or, yeah.
Beep, beep.
Hit the
I'm not hitting the...
fob. It could be a distraction.
If it's like elsewhere in the parking garage, right? Also, wouldn't my car be somewhere nearby because I work there?
It might be. However, most of the staff park on a flat lot, like behind the building.
In the back, yeah.
Is
What
that
about-
close by?
What
Not
about
from-
Alex? How did he get here? Because he doesn't work here, right?
Hmm.
He's visiting.
Oh, geez,
Uh,
you're right.
So he'd be in visitor parking, right?
Roll a d20, Alex.
Okay.
Am I too clever?
Hold on, we'll see.
Is it Alex's
Um,
car?
Can I use an EXP to roll again?
Sure,
Great, I have one left, so I'm using it on this.
do it.
That's better.
That's a
There
good
we go.
choice.
Well done, well done.
Because you know what an
Oh,
8
thank
got you? An 8 got you a bicycle that was parked out front.
Oh, you mean a one-seater?
Yep. But a
Not even
17,
with a basket.
Won't be using that bicycle again.
he might. People with prosthetic legs can still ride
Not
bikes.
today. Not today.
Not today. So 17, yeah, you're gonna have a car. We're gonna say yours doesn't have like a key fob. You maybe like lost it or the battery was dead, so it was like, you know, replacing it. But you do have the key for it. It is in this garage.
Sure, and I'm sure I remember where I parked, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna know it's over that way. It's
Is it in the same direction as the car with the key fob? Or are they in opposite
I
direction?
would like to use a player intervention.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, for the keys that I have for the fob is on the complete opposite side
Hey, over.
of the garage, while Alex's car is closer.
All right. So
Within, like, I don't know, 30 feet at most.
okay, it's like 4 or 5 spots down, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, Alex is like, it's the silver one. It's what kind of car would Alex drive?
Something rich.
I'm trying to remember if I'm one to flaunt my wealth or not.
Beamer.
Beamer.
Let's see. I've always had money, but I might be stingy with my wealth, hiding my abundance, like try to steal it from me. Yeah, so I have like
Prius.
something with a little more pickup, but also not ostentatious. Let's say like a just your standard Corolla.
Okay. Got
As
yourself.
long as it's got room for 3 people in it, we're good.
It does. He keeps it clean. He's a nice guy. He keeps it clean. You know, it's not got the front seats full of McDonald's. Nothing like that. Nah.
I'll sit on McDonald's in this case. I don't care.
She's like, in this case, I don't care if you got rats in your car. We're like, it's better than nothing.
Scoot over, rats.
Okay, so yeah, you got yourself a silver Toyota Corolla. It's a 2019. You know, it's a little. You've had it a little bit, so but it's good. It's a couple spots away. The key fob is to a. I don't know. I drove a Nissan Pathfinder, so it's a Nissan Pathfinder, and you're able to set off the alarm, and you can hear it echoing on the backside. Of the garage from, like, basically you'd have to go out and around like this center section where there's like the elevators and the staircases. So you can hear it. You guys see outside in front of you the pairs of eyes kind of start turning and shifting and start kind of heading in that direction pretty quickly. Not quite running, but it's definitely a brisk walk as they're shuffling in that direction to investigate the new sound. You guys would be able, you can see the car now. You can start making your way over.
All right, I'm gonna scoop Alex up out of the chair. I'm gonna dump him over the hood of the car, and I'm gonna crawl over right behind him.
All right.
And I'm right behind him.
All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
scoop Alex right back up, and I'm gonna bridle carry him all the way over to his Toyota Corolla.
Real quick, Alex,
I made it.
roll me
Yes.
a flat d20.
real quick.
Real
Don't you dare
quick.
drop them keys.
No.
Don't you dare drop them keys. Did you fill it up?
It's an odd number, so it's your left leg that got chopped. Because we
You can
never
still drive if you
specified.
wanted to.
You can still drive.
Would you want to?
I'm okay with someone else driving in this situation.
Just saying.
I actually took driving skills.
Perfect.
Nice.
So that's where we're going to wrap up. As you guys are getting into the car, you're going to be heading out. And you guys managed to survive mostly intact.
It's a win in my book.
It's a win. Win-win.
Oh, so chopping off the leg did do the trick.
It would have done the trick, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't specifically say one way or the other, like, in the thing, but we all know how zombie infections work. Come on.
We all seen The Walking
A
Dead.
tourniquet. You chop it off right away to be
You're
fine.
good. Yeah. It's funny because Julian actually had one of his ciphers is like a condition removal virus related or whatever. So like you would just had to take that. And
Wow.
I totally rolled random for people's ciphers, by the way. So what you had is just random, which is why some of them make 0 sense. But you guys survived. You didn't alert the hordes with an S.
Hordes. At least we didn't go to the first floor, kicking the butt.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have gone real bad if you gone to the first floor, because I was going to make them fast and aggressive. And the reason it was so hard to kill them is because on the final damage roll, you have to roll an even number on the attack in order to kill them. Otherwise, they have 1 hit point remaining.
Wow.
So basically, if you keep wailing on them and you keep, like, rolling odd numbers, they just don't die. So, good job, guys. You did it.
Yay!
Yay!
Hooray.
Thanks for carrying me down 2 flights of stairs.
Joke's on you.
all
He
the day's
rolled
work.
you. So thanks, guys. Oh, give me 1 second.
I didn't get to use the gun, but on the other hand, that would have alerted the entire horde.
It would have.
Realized.
Oh, man.
I
was
Emergency use only.
either. Or the horn.
I know.
We were
Because you guys
well armed.
avoided them all.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. So real quick, thank you everybody for hanging out in chat. I appreciate it. And I will be back maybe tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm just gonna do that. And...
I'm black, so my perspective is black. There's always just gonna be that little extra seasoning. It's just how it is.
We are creators.
My culture makes me proud of who I am and where I come from.
It feels amazing to be seen amongst a class of other amazing creators. That was a terrible wink.
Uncover the dark beginnings of Final Fantasy's first villain in Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, developed by Team Ninja. Let's prepare for the battles ahead by starting with the basics. Play as Jack, a warrior and a man on a mission. Together with his companions Jed, Ash, Neon, and Sophia, your task is to destroy the darkness consuming the world and fight your way through fierce battles in your quest to bring back peace to the Kingdom of Cornelia. The monsters of this world are tough, so you'll need to be on top of your game to get out of this alive. Deplete an enemy's break gauge and use Soul Burst to stop them dead in their tracks, shattering the crystallized enemy into oblivion. When the hordes of darkness start to overwhelm you, use command abilities such as Lightbringer to knock them back and give yourself an opening. Use your Soul Shield to defend against enemy attacks and turn the tides of battle by stealing their spells and using them as your own. You'll start your journey as a swordsman, wielding the two-handed greatsword. But by battling through the endless throngs of chaos and gaining experience, you'll unlock a multitude of other jobs, each with their own distinctive weapons, abilities, and look. Assess the battlefield and change your job class at the push of a button to keep the advantage. Each job can acquire command and combo abilities. Build different combinations to create your own unique attacks. Unlock these by advancing in your specific job class to achieve points to spend in the job tree. Here, you will unlock new command abilities, powerful buffs, and advanced jobs to help you progress through your missions.
Now we're talking!
And there are many other methods to increase your power along the way. Gear up with equipment left behind from your fallen enemies. Discover chests full of loot in the hunt to empower your favorite playstyle. Match the job affinity of rare equipment to your current job to gain a unique edge in battle. If a challenge is proving to be too difficult, team up with real-life allies to help you push forward. Even if you're at different points in your journey, you'll be able to join any stage you've completed, as well as the next mission you have to take on. And don't worry, the spoils of war will drop individually for each player. Challenge special dungeons, raids, and unique endgame content created with co-op in mind. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. A brutal and dynamic action RPG in a dark Final Fantasy universe.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all.